Good morning, everyone! I hope everyone is having a good morning. I apologize for the late start today. I couldn't make my cup of tea, and so I had to have it. I had to have my cup of tea before stream start. On the positive side, though, it did let me see all of the new Discord update stuff on with streaming, because it is a bit weird. It's a bit funky, huh? I've seen other people posting about it, but I had yet to see it myself. But now I've seen it. Also, Anime, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. Let me just switch. I am still using the VTuber today. I think today will be the last day I need to use it, though. So hopefully, I guess it'd probably be Thursday, because I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow, but probably Thursday. Hopefully we can come back to using Face again for a bit. And it's going to be very on and off the next couple of weeks because of the stuff we're doing, but yes, we hopefully should be able to use Face again by Thursday. And for now, it is VTuber. Hell yeah. I hope you're doing good. Welcome on in. Yeah, I was got my Discord up over here right now. It's so weird, and it doesn't seem to be affecting everyone. I don't know if it's like the difference between people that have already updated their Discord and people that haven't, maybe? I'm not sure what it is, but some people in my Discord, I can no longer see their full name. So, like, for instance, Unpredictable. I know it's Unpredictable because I recognize their logo and stuff, right? But they are just you, and then ... Like, it's just erased their name. Same with, oh, is that Chucky or Cthulhu? I think that's Chucky. Chucky, I think, also is just C and then ... So it's like, I can see that they've posted, but I can't see their name. And I don't know who this helps. It's weird, and I'm assuming it's because I have streamer mode on, right? Because I am live streaming right now. But it's really odd. Yeah, like there's K ... S ... S is sleeves. K is who was it? Oh, I do know. What? Yeah, do you not have that yet? So I've seen other people posting it, but I didn't have it until today, apparently. Gonna buy buttons? Hell yeah. Enjoy your button shopping. That sounds pretty nice. That sounds relaxing. Yeah. So, I mean, I can post a screenshot of it if you like. Also, my own name is also, like, not there. I'm sure the people already in live stream chat won't mind me snipping them, right? And just so I can show you what it looks like. So, yeah. If I'm just gonna save it as what? in my downloads folder, there's like what? Oh no, like what? Oh no, it's wit. Alright, that'll do. Wit. And if I go here and I post and I'll type the Discord update is happening, and then I'll put a very afraid face. There you go. Okay, there you go, Anime. If you have a little look in live stream chat now, that is what how it's displaying people's names in my Discord right now. So that's why I can't identify who's talking very easily unless I already know what their logo is, because just S ... K ... I don't know who is K, who is S. Oh no, I sleeves. But yeah, that's what it looks like right now. So I guess the update will mean that if somebody does post something in the Discord and they want me to look at it, they're gonna have to be really explicit what they've posted so that I know, because like otherwise it's just gonna be like K ... S ... Is that you? I don't know. Discord won't tell me. Also, Purple Yaw, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. Yeah, last night I got hit with the Discord update. My name is A. It is. Listen. I'll screenshot that for you as well while I'm here. This is how it's displaying my own name. Oh dear. Like I don't know why it's censored me, but it has. There you go. I'll pop that in live stream chat as well for you. There you go. That's what it looks like. Why is my name just Ah? Oh yes, Ah. Oh, it sounds confusing. It is. Yeah, it's really odd. I mean, obviously I know that I am me, right? So that's not so surprising. But it means that, say, like purple, say if you posted something in the Discord, say if you'd been like, oh yeah, I just made this new piece of clothing, and you posted it, I would see P, and I'd have to guess that it was you. Because it's just gonna say P ... and then I've assumed that it's you, but I don't know. K's a hard one. We have a few people that post under K ... So that's gonna get really confusing. I should also clarify, it also shows them like A, K in my like, you know, in the sidebar where it's like, you know, you have myself, the mods, Twitch VIP, Twitch streamer. I see it as like just the letters there as well. So it's like, it's just like L, R, S, and then people's logos. So it's really hard to find people. Danny, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We're just talking about the Discord update because I've just been hit with it. So I've seen other people talk about it, but it's only just started affecting me. Also, Scott, thank you so much for the egg smash. Welcome on in. Good morning. What if you? Well, yeah, that's the thing. If people have the same first letter, there's just multiple of it. Like there's just a few of it. Like I don't know. I can see several R's in S's. Yeah, I don't know. There's a few A's. Like, why? I don't know. Aquina, have you guys set your new names yet? Well, my name's the same name as the old one, just without the letters, thankfully. It seems like there aren't that many crafty jellyfishes out there. Whoop, 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 whoop. So I've got the same name. But right now, you wouldn't know it because I'm just I'm just Oh my god. Yeah, like when I logged onto Twitch this morning, because I already I had OBS and then I logged into Discord, and so OBS was already open. I have been all day. I just is it always like that, or because you're streaming? I think it's because I'm streaming. So I think it not even because I'm streaming. When I have OBS open, it like auto sets streamer mode. So I think it's because of that. It's because I've had OBS open since I've had Discord open. I'm going to assume. I guess I'll find out later when I turn my OBS off. But I think that's why, because that would make more sense to me. Although it really doesn't make sense to me why it censored my own name to myself. Like, I think it's meant to be that if I was to show Discord on stream, right, that you could have people's names secretive and hidden. But first of all, if someone set their own nickname on the stream, it doesn't work. So like it doesn't, like, for instance, when I post, I can see my name as Jelly because I've set my name as Jelly. But then when I see like the bottom corner, that's the one that's censored. I think it's actually only censoring people that haven't set a Discord nickname in the channel, if I had to guess. Or people that haven't updated yet, maybe. I don't know. It's weird. I'm not exactly sure what the logic is by how they're deciding what to do. I started to assemble the printed page for over. Oh my god. Yes. The yes. That is literally my least favorite part of sewing. Like when you do print off a pattern and you have to stick it all together. I like most parts of sewing. I really enjoy it. But the bit where you're sticking all the pattern pieces together and oh god, I hate that bit. That bit's not fun. So many pages. Yeah. Like I remember the very first time I bought a pattern online that I had to print out. It was a pattern for a wedding dress. And I remember sitting in my parents' house printing out 80 pages of pattern and my parents being like, "Are you paying for this ink? What are you doing? Why are you printing 80 pages?" I was like, "I need it. I need it for project." Oh my god. Yeah, because it's all on A4 pages, so you need a lot of them. So should we change the name to Discord for update? I don't think I would bother. I think unless you want to have a nickname, it's not really worth it. It's just very weird. It's just very weird. That's what I would say. It feels like a weird update. Luckily, I do recognize, like, the people that post regularly in the Discord, I do tend to recognize their logos or the icons. Icons, yes. It'll really just be for if anyone new pops in that I'd be a bit like, I'm not gonna know who you are. I'm sorry. You're just like a ... Oh, because yeah, anime for me, I can see that your name is not censored. Like, you have your full name there. You are not a ... You are still Anime Boy Stars, which is probably because you haven't had the update yet, right? You haven't had to change your name. If I click on you, can I just double check? Have you got the old name? Oh no, you've got, it looks like a relatively new name. But yeah, you're still Anime Boy Stars. But then unpredictable is you ... Oh dear. Nice. Yeah, I don't know how you've managed that, to be honest, but you are still... It's also, yeah, in my mod team, I can see Shifty Bluke is Shifty Bluke, but Vile is V. I don't know what the logic is. Eden, good morning! We're talking about the, we're talking about the Discord update. It could be because I didn't update my laptop and my phone yet. Maybe. I have no idea, genuinely no idea, like what's causing it for some people and not for others. I do think nickname has a part of it, because I can see some people who have set nicknames all seem to have theirs visible, but yeah. It's a weird time. I mean, I don't hate it or anything. I know a lot of people are very anti the Discord update. It feels kind of, to me, pointless, but I'm not angry at it or anything like that. It just feels like a little bit like, meh. Okay, whatever. The censorship stuff is interesting, but like, yeah, it doesn't bother me too much. Yeah, it seems like there's been a lot of issues with like social medias and stuff. The thing is, I really predominantly use Twitch, so most of the stuff that I see is very much more Twitch orientated. But yeah, don't know. Quick streaming question: do you stream? I actually have used both. I've gone between the two many times when I've been streaming. There are benefits to both of them, and like I still recommend for a beginner, Streamlabs OBS is so Streamlabs is really beginner friendly comparatively. Not that OBS is that hard, but I think Streamlabs is a good one to start with, and then you can experiment with OBS while you still have Streamlabs, if that makes sense. Because yeah, Streamlabs, there's a lot of built-in stuff, like when it comes to widgets, when it comes to the pop-ups and alerts and all that kind of stuff. Whereas with OBS, you have to set them with a different program. But over time, it is useful sometimes to switch from Streamlabs to OBS, because OBS has a lot more flexibility and you can add a lot more to it. So I prefer OBS these days, but I definitely started with Streamlabs, and Streamlabs is what got me started in streaming. So I would say Streamlabs OBS is more beginners friendly. OBS gives you a bit more flexibility in what you can do. Yes. And honestly, I think there's no problem with switching between the two. Like I said, I started on Streamlabs OBS. I then switched to OBS with my Streamlabs hair glitch. A few months after that, I went back to Streamlabs OBS, and then about a year after that, I went back to OBS. And now I have Streamlabs set up. Oh God, sorry, I'm gonna have to drink some tea. My voice is like, Ellie, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Talking about weird Discord updates. That's what I need my tea for. Hell yeah. So right now I have OBS set up for Twitch streaming. I have Streamlabs OBS set up for YouTube streaming, so that I can do that next month. So yeah, I actually am going to be using simultaneously both of them. I highly recommend. Both is good. Both are good for different things. Ah dear. Discord update is stupid and useless, and I wonder how they'll do discrimination between scammers. No idea. I mean, I already have issues with Discord, and people, like, a lot of people message me. You know the amount of people that DM me? Actually, this is another thing that I do think they need to change with Discord. So I've realized recently, I've had my DMs open for like the last year, right? But people keep messaging me saying, Jelly, your DMs aren't open. And it's like, they definitely are. And I even like sent a screenshot to my mods to be like, this is open, right? Like, I'm not crazy, this is open, and they are. But Discord has a thing where if when you joined a server and your DMs were closed, they will forever remain closed on that server, even if you reopen your DMs. Thanks, Discord. So because when I started my Discord server, I had my DMs closed, probably for like, 2 days when I was setting up the Discord server. Because of that, my DMs are forever closed on my own Discord server. And the only way that I could literally fix that right now is to leave my own Discord server and come back in again. And it's like, Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that because I am the administrator and I think that would probably shut down the Discord. So, like, why spend all this time and effort fixing people's usernames or whatever when maybe you could fix a bug like that where, because I technically had DMs closed when I started my Discord server, I literally will always have my DMs closed. Because this is the thing, I was talking to to people about it and I was like, but I received DMs from other people's servers. Yeah, because when I joined every other server, I had my DMs open. But when I started my server, my DMs were closed. So basically, if you share a server with me, you will be able to DM me. But if you're only in my server, you can't. And I don't understand why it's like that, but it is. Wait, have you changed your own settings in Discord server? Yeah, I have. Like, literally, I had my mods go over this because I thought I literally was going crazy because I was like, everyone keeps telling me they can't message me, and so I sent screenshots of everything to a collection of people actually, but like my mod and a couple other people, and they were like, yeah, those are open DMs, and it's like, yeah, that's what I thought. So I was googling the problem, and yeah, the issue is, and apparently this is just a problem that Discord has, if you have your DMs closed when you enter a server, like if it's your own server, you can't open them. It's just like, this is a stupid thing. Because obviously for like doing commissions and stuff, it would be really good if people could like DM me and ask questions. And like people can if they share another server with me. But if it's just this one, I will like happily, by the way, if I need to prove any of this to y'all, I'll post those screenshots. I'll do it. Because like I have been like, I want to say gaslit by Discord for like the last month where I've been trying to fix this. And yeah, I was like going on forums and stuff like that and being like, what is going on? It's like, yeah, basically, because right now when I go to my personal security as well, actually, will it show me in streamer mode? Yeah, okay. I have no filters, literally no filters. I turned everything down because I was like, maybe this is what's causing it, right? So I have literally no filters, no image filters, no spam filters. I allow direct messages from server members. I allow access to, I literally have everything ticked, and I can't receive DMs because I had it closed when I started my Discord server, which I'm like, yeah, you know what, this is kind of my thing, is like, Discord can make these changes and stuff, but like maybe fix stuff like that, because that feels like a much bigger problem. Because if you don't have DMs open when you start your server, then you will never be able to open DMs, and that's like stupid as hell. It's such a pain. Oh dear, it's not a single specific thing, no, it's a stupid thingy. Yeah, literally, I went through it with people because they were like, because I felt like I was going crazy because I was like, everyone's telling me they can't DM me, but I have like the other side of it where it's like, it says my DMs are open. And not only that, I receive a lot of DMs from people that I'm not friends with from other people's servers, because I consistently get DMs from people saying, your graphic design sucks. Can we redo your graphic design for you? And it's like, thanks, I did it myself. Thank you. So like, it's not like I don't get DMs from people I'm not friends with. I very regularly get DMs from people I'm not friends with from other servers. I just don't get it from my own server. Yep. Their own DMs open on their server? Yeah, we did some testing on it. So like, yes, unfortunately I am. It's not, like, the problem is me, but it is also a problem that I can't actually fix without leaving and rejoining my own Discord server. Now it's an issue I want to solve. Listen, if you can fix it, this, we have DMs open between us, right? So you can DM me, like, you're one of the few people from our server who can, apparently. But yeah. Also, Bumbling, sorry. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. You joined in the middle of a heckin' rant, but good morning. I hope you're doing good. Welcome. Oh dear. Yeah, we've been talking about the weird. You will require the screenshots. I will grab them for you, but probably not while I'm live. Well, also, I can't grab all the screenshots when I'm live because of streamer mode anyway, but I will get you the up-to-date today screenshots. Ah, delicious. Oh dear. But yeah. Happy days. Happy days. I am now and I can't message anyone. But people can message me. Oh my god. I literally am about to have, like, this happens so often and I can kind of see it coming. I want to just put like a little thing out, which I think is common sense. Reaching out to people.
Beverage.
Oh, delicious beverage. Tea is a delicious beverage. Yeah, so reaching out to strangers that you've never talked to and telling them their graphic design sucks is maybe not the best marketing tactic. Just as a heads up to the graphic designers who I can only assume are lurking here because we get so many messages from them. Yeah, to the graphic designers that I assume are lurking, coming to my DMs and telling me my graphic design sucks is probably not the best way to sell your own commissions. Yeah. I also feel really weird when people, like complete strangers, reach out and try to sell me something. It feels like, you know, door-to-door salesman kind of vibes. It feels like that to me. Yeah, like if I'm not coming to you, coming to me is not going to fix it. And like, I'm always very polite. I always try to be very polite and say that's very kind of you, thank you, no. But I don't feel like they've been polite to me when I've tried. It's only because this morning I have more what do you call it? More of the DMs on Twitter where they're like, what's it called? Message requests on Twitter, being like, hi, I'm a graphic designer, and it's like, I swear to God, what? I mean, I guess it's better than people being nasty, to be fair. 90% of my DMs at this point are just people asking if they can fix my graphic design. But like, it's at least it's not like outwardly rude or anything like that for the most part. It's just people being like, I want you to buy something off me. But it is weird. And again, it feels like door-to-door salesman. And I feel like, who likes that? Surely that just ruins your customer base? Am I crazy? Because like, it gives me a really bad impression of you if you do that to me. And I heads up, streamers do talk to each other. So like, if you do it to me and I mention it to another streamer and they mention it to another streamer, do you see how you'll create like a really bad impression of yourself? Like, again, if you're polite, that's one thing, but if you tell me my graphic design sucks, like, I will spread that. Jelly, your design sucks. For a VTuber from Jelly. Yeah, you know what? That's a weird form of masochism there. Delicious beverage. Eating and infiltrating Discord headquarters and solving. Yeah, that would be great. If you could infiltrate them. A few days ago, someone put up a thing about a streamer chat. Streamer had done her own as well. But the streamer chat streamer had done her own as well. Yeah, it's like, you can message me about it, but I won't. The thing is as well, I want to be really clear. I would actually like to commission artists. I actually would like to be in a position where I could commission artists for art that I want. I am not in that position right now. So even, and the thing is, I normally find the artists myself. They're like, either they're artists on Twitch or they're artists that I've chatted to before. And it's like, I want to, first of all, I love this person's art. And second of all, I want to support this person and this artist. So 99% of the time, if I'm commissioning art, it's from someone that I've probably already spoken to before, and that I have, I guess, between like a consumer and a artist, that kind of relationship for a while, you know? I don't know how do you explain that? But yeah, it's somebody that I've like followed for a while, someone that I've admired for a while, and someone who I've consistently engaged with their artwork. The likelihood is that's the person I'm going to commission, not someone who reaches out and tells me my graphic design sucks. Better than dick. Yeah, it is better than dick pics. You know, I would much rather you tell me my graphic design sucks than that. Thank you. Also, KKDM, good morning. I think this is quite a common thing. I've seen other streamers talk about the graphic design stuff. The thing that gets me is that it is so common because it feels like such a bad idea in the online space to be like that kind of person, because nobody likes that kind of person. You just create a really bad name for yourself. The person who put it in left pretty quick when streamer indicated she was not interested. Well, yeah, because they're not there to actually support you in their content. And like, I get that. And like, if I commission an artist, I don't expect them to like want to necessarily support my content, but like, I picked them, not they've picked me. Oh dear. And at the end of the day, because I'm an artist myself, listen, you little known fact, I do some art myself. if I want to make art for someone, I won't reach out to them and ask them to commission me. I'll just make art for them. And it'll be fan. Like, if I want to make art for someone, I will make art for someone. And yeah, that's streamers do talk to each other. We do, yeah. Behind the scenes, I do talk to quite a few other streamers actually, and we tell stories, of things people have said and done in our chats. If someone, like, this is a really good example actually. Say you've organized an event and someone's been a royal shit in that event. Someone's made your life extremely hard, been rude to other people, stuff like that. You know what happens? Streamers talk to each other about it. If you have been an absolute shit in an event, like, I mean bad, like, I mean really bad, like, not just a little bit bad, like, really bad, yeah, everyone knows. And no, you're not getting invited to any events. Not by at least that stream of friends. I have had warnings about many people who I have seen evidence of bad behavior that I'll never invite to my events. And there have been times where they've reached out and asked, like, for Booptober and stuff like that, and I've been like, no. No, I've seen how you've acted in other people's events. I have no reason to believe you'll be any more polite to other people in mine. So no. Yeah, I don't think there is any reward for bad behavior like that, at least not in the makers and crafting community, and probably not in the artist community either. So I just don't see why people do it. Like, I don't like the idea that you're rude to a streamer and then they just can't tell anyone else. Like, I won't publicly blast them on my platform or anything, but like, if someone else is hosting an event, and this has happened before, I've had people reach out to me and ask, is there anyone you should avoid inviting? I'll tell you. I'll be very clear, and I'll back it up with evidence. I'll be like, I personally would not invite these people because this is what they did during my event. And this is how they acted, and this is how they responded to other people, and this is the kind of stuff they did. And I'll put that out there. They can make their own decision based on that. And like, I think that's pretty common practice, especially if you work with like big groups of people. Yeah, I knew that one was due to streamer mode. Well, no, I didn't know, but I kind of assumed. That felt like a streamer mode thing. I still think it's stupid because like, people do post stuff live. Well, I guess maybe this is different. Maybe it makes a lot more sense to like gaming streamers, but for like an art streamer or like someone who does art, because people post stuff while we're live so that we can react to it live, but now they're gonna have to really clarify who they are. Because Discord's gonna be like, nope, you're P dot dot dot, you're E dot dot dot. And it's like, I can assume maybe it's Eoden, but like, I would like to see the full name just to be sure, you know? Also, Ups, thank you for the lurk. Hi. Have a lovely day, Ups. I hope you do well. I hope it goes good. Oh dear. Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird time. Yeah. No, we talk to other streamers behind the scenes. Other streamers talk to us. I will say though, like, for all of the side-eyeing and stuff, like, there are very few times where I've ever had an issue with another streamer where I felt the need to actually bring it up to somebody else. I think it's happened two times. I think it's happened. So it's very, very rare. And that's in like coming up to 3.5 years of streaming. So I think there's been two times where I felt the need to bring it up. And yeah, so it really doesn't happen that often. It happens more in bigger events, like you hear stuff from like much larger events, because you have to bear in mind as well, the events that I take part in, not super big comparatively to like a lot of stuff that happens on Twitch, whereas others will have like several hundred streamers in it. And like, yes, when you have several hundred streamers together, there will be a couple of bad eggs. Hawk, good morning. Wait, Hawk, what was your name? Are you a Hawk? You are still Hawk. Yes. Good morning, Hawk. Sorry, we're looking at the new Discord updates because a lot of people have been reduced to A.B.C. But you are still Hawk. You have not been reduced to ... Not yet. Not yet. Oh dear. Also, would you guys? I realized we've been talking like half an hour and I haven't done any work. Do you guys want to do like maybe a little bit of work this morning? I'll be honest, my brain's a little bit fuzzy at the moment. Because I'm recovering from a migraine again. It's just unfortunate. I think it's the heat, to be honest. That's pretty common, right? Like heat triggered migraines when you like get a bit too toasty. I think I've been getting a bit too toasty, and so I need to stay cool. And I have actually got something coming in the post-it. I don't think I'll use it while streaming, but it will be really useful for cosplay. I have what do you call it? It's like a belly back band, but it's like frozen. like it's really, really cold. So you put the belly back band thingy under your clothing, and it's like a cold corset. I guess that's what it looks like. It looks like a cold corset, and you can put it underneath your costumes to help keep that bit like cold. And like honestly, for me, I guess because I'm a woman maybe, but like it's the main part of my body that tends to get the hottest. Like that tends to be the part that overheats the fastest. So yeah, the only other one would be, I guess, like upper leg, but I don't think I can do that with this costume because there's obviously a lot of thigh out. So yeah, I got the frozen belly bandy thingy, and I'm gonna use that for this costume so that I'm not dying. Yes, let's do some work. So the first thing I need to do is trim the edges. So this is one that I'd already, done quite a bit of, and it needs its sequining and its embroidery. So we're going to be trimming the edges of it off here and here. Then we're going to burn the edges, or like melt the edges just a little bit so that it doesn't fray immediately. Sew up the edges, and then we'll start adding the sequins. Yes, that is the goal. Frozen belly bandy was my... I thought your nickname was something else. Cold Quiche. Wasn't your name Cold Quiche? Or is that a different school maybe? Maybe that was middle school. I have so many nicknames. Fair. My nickname in school was Bogworthy. And I'm not even joking. It did get shortened after a couple years to Boggers. I should maybe type this for people that are international. So I just suddenly realized, yeah, Bogworthy or Boggs. Boggs is what it's short to, Boggers or Boggs. And yeah, so I was Bogworthy, which is worthy of bog. I don't remember why I ended up getting the nickname Bogworthy. There wasn't like a specific thing that ever happened, but people just started calling me Bogworthy, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna argue it, sure, you can call me Boggers. And then yeah, I became Boggers, and then I became Boggs. So it really depended on like what you were talking to me like, but I was either Bogworthy, Boggers, or Boggs. I think Boggers was the most common one, but yeah, I was Boggers. Oh dear. Whenever people go over their nicknames, I'm always just there like, yeah. There's no explanation for my nickname. It was just a name that people started calling me one day, and it stuck, and it was like, yep, that's the one. I think it's literally like in my yearbook, like when I finished school, because like literally everyone just called me Boggers. It got to the point, like, because I think I must have started being called Boggers pretty early in school. Like it was pretty early on they started calling me Bogworthy. So like by the time that I finished school, everyone just called me Boggers. Or Boggs, or Bogworthy. So it literally has it in my yearbook, I'm just Boggs. No, I think actually in the yearbook it was full on Bogworthy, but you know, I had my full name in there, you know, no, I didn't shorten it. Oh yeah, Boggs. Thing is though, I don't know why, it never really bothered me. And like, it still doesn't really bother me. Like it was only, I guess, a name that I was called, well, no, actually it was only, I was probably called that name for about 8 years, maybe just a little bit less, 7 or 8 years. So it was quite a while, because then I left home, and I like, you know, the friends that I had at that point, none of them, they all stayed or went elsewhere. And so then I met a lot of new people, and obviously I wasn't going to introduce myself as Boggers to people that didn't know me. But yeah, for like most of my school life, I guess I was called Boggers. But yeah, it was I don't know. Boggers. Boggers sounds like the next level of Poggers. Yeah, it's Poggers, but it's like a bit more smelly and grimy, you know? A bit more, you know, covered in like a layer of scum. That's me. Like Poggers, but Boggers. Alright, I need my candle. Ah, dear. I will say, I didn't get the nickname because I like smelled or anything. It literally, so there's no correlation. That's why I don't really explain it very much, because it really makes no sense. So like, okay, oh, come on. There is not a wind in here. Well, you get some nice lighter ASMR now. Do I need to go fill this up right now? I swear to God. My name was Ad, but said that Ed. Oh, Ed! That's nice. That's a nice one. Oh my God. But yeah, basically, I'll tell you why it started, and then I'm gonna go get some lighter fluid quickly. I think it's downstairs. But basically, the girl behind me in English, who was part of she was part of my friend group, but not really like one of the people that I spoke to. We had quite a big friend group at the time, and she put Pritt stick in my hair, and like, so I had really, really long hair, and she just went with like Pritt stick, and I was like, what? I have like never spoken to you. What the heck? And the teacher kind of got a bit pissed off with us both because we were viewed from being in the same friend group. She thought we were like messing around, but in reality, they were messing around, and I was like, what? Why have you put glue in my hair? And then because it was sticky, that's where Bogworthy came from. It was like because I had sticky hair, right? But I had sticky hair because they literally put Pritt stick in my hair, so it was like, and so they started calling me Bogworthy. Because I was sticky, and because the teacher just told us to stop making a fuss, I couldn't clear the glue out of my hair until after the period was over, so I had to like wait till the end of, I think it was English, right? So I had to wait till the end of English class, and then I could clear it out. So if, like, for the whole class I was just like sticky, and so after that they started calling me Bogworthy, but then I ended up becoming really close with that part of the friendship group, so it was like, well, I guess I'm just Bogworthy now. Oh, did Luna, good morning, and thank you for the luck. I'm actually also going to have to do a really quick lurk on my own stream just so I can quickly get some more lighter fluid, because I don't think I have my second lighter to hand, and you know what, I've been meaning to do this for a minute. I'll be back in just a moment. I'll just put you... Are you okay just hanging out on the screen for a second? I will literally just run downstairs and come back up again. Oh dear, you should have put on a very on a high-class English and say, good greetings, common folk, you shall call me Bogworthy. Ah yes, that would have gone down very well. Alright, oh, we're gonna take care, good luck here then. Yeah, to be fair, it's never fun getting the OBS or Streamlabs OBS stuff sorted out, but you only have to do it one time, and then you can kind of just upgrade it over time. I'm gonna be right back. Do I have my BR burp? Do I have a burp? Do I have a burp? I don't think I have a burp. Well, if anyone comes in, just tell them I'm burp. I'll be right back. I am back with a much bigger lighter because I couldn't find the lighter fluid. We definitely have some somewhere. I just don't know where it is. We have our big one. Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, for my tiny candle. Oh dear. Good times. You know what? It's fine. As long as I don't accidentally set fire to my flag, everything is good. Although actually the flag's polyester, so the likelihood is that it would actually just melt, which wouldn't look super good, but it wouldn't be super dangerous either. It'd just be melty. There we go. Okay, so speaking of melted, that is what I'm doing right now. I'm just running the flame like just above the flame, and I'm melting the fabric around the edge. What that does is it just stops it fraying. I don't think it would probably stop it fraying indefinitely, but it will stop it fraying while I'm working on it, so I don't have to worry about the edges just drying themselves over time. I do this a lot with ribbons when it's like when I'm making flowers with ribbon and stuff like that, or even just making flowers with a polyester fabric, honestly. And stinky. Yeah, it probably would smell a little bit. Yeah, weirdly, I've said this before, I think this fabric really doesn't smell when it's melted. I don't know what this fabric is made of. I can't smell it at all. Normally with polyester fabric, there's like a slight sweet smell, I think, when it's melting. Like, it's not strong and it's not unpleasant, but it's like, it's there. You can notice it. But this one, for some reason, it just doesn't smell at all. Like, it almost makes me more nervous that it's completely odorless. But yeah. Ooh. There we go. I don't want my candle on for too long because it is still pretty toasty. Yesterday got really hot. I don't know how it was for everyone else, but after stream finished, this room got intolerably hot, I'd say. Okay, right. That should be good for now. Move that out the way. Bonk, bonk. That's nice because it doesn't smell bad or it doesn't. Yeah. I smell bad or it doesn't. Yeah, this one doesn't smell. I just know it's polyester. I don't really know what this fabric is, so it's like, I don't know. It was hot at 31. Oh, that's pretty unpleasant. Oof. Oh dear, yeah, it didn't get quite so hot as that here, but it was hot enough to be relatively uncomfortable. Like, I was doing a lot of rigging yesterday, which I guess you would already know. I was doing a lot of rigging yesterday, and I kept having to take breaks because the room was getting so hot. But to be fair, that was mainly because I kept like opening a program, doing a little tweak, closing a program, opening another program, and so I think even under like normal conditions, that's quite tiring for a computer. But yeah, yesterday I had to take a break because I was like, my brain is fried, and so is my computer. Let's just take a little heat break. Oh dear. That being said, it is coming along really well. I think I mentioned this yesterday, but I'll send you a little video later. Because for like how it's moving and if you want anything changed. I went pretty down the middle because I was like, I don't know how jiggly you want it, but it is pretty jiggly. It depends how much you move, I guess. If you're quite a still but then no, you do move quite a lot. I think it's going to be probably very jiggly. Incredibly jiggly. Today 28 and 25 are the lowest this week, I think. Yeah, I think for us, I've been keeping like quite a careful eye on the weather because obviously we're doing an outside photo shoot later in the week, so it's kind of important to know how hot it is going to be and also like what the weather is going to be to make sure that it doesn't rain and stuff. So I've been keeping an eye on it, and every time I look at the weather it gets hotter on the day we're meant to be doing the photo shoot. It's like, please stop. Like when we first booked it all and we got it all in there, it was meant to be like a max of 20 degrees, which, you know, it's warm, but that's manageable. It's already gone up now that it's going to be a max of 25, and people are saying it's going to get even hotter, and it's like, oh please, I am wearing 5 layers of winter clothing. Please don't let it get any hotter. That's why I've ordered like the ice pack for around the waist and stuff like that, because it's like, oh my god, I'm going to give myself heat stroke if I'm not careful, and I definitely don't want heat stroke. So yeah, we're taking some precautions, and we're like, originally we were going to go like early in the morning. Now we're going really early in the morning. So we were originally going to get there for about 9. Now we're getting there for about like 6:30. And if it keeps getting hotter, maybe even more, because like, oh god, it's gonna be so warm, and I'm going to expire. Oh dear. I think it should be fun though. I'm very much looking forward to it. It's been such a long time since there's just a vibe to doing cosplay photo shoots out in the world, you know? Like, you just get like, I don't know, there's just something really fun about it. As long as it's not like a really, really busy place, because I still think that's a little embarrassing for me. But like, there's just something really fun about finding a good spot and getting some really good cosplay pictures. Because also they don't need they might need some light fixing, but that's about it. Because like, if the setting you've got is beautiful and you can pose on it, oh, that's great. That's a good feeling. So I'm really, really excited about it, but I'm a little nervous about how hot it seems to be getting on that day. But other than that, get a sunrise picture with it? Oh nah, I think sunrise is about 5 in the morning right now, which is very, very early. Because when I get up, because sometimes I end up waking up at 6, just, you know, shits and giggles for getting up at 6. But sometimes I get up at 6 and it's like already bright. Like, sun's already coming in. bright and sunny. The eyes to see it. Good morning. Looks like a little mermaid. It kind of does. Yeah, I could see that. I just want a big sunflower field. Oh my god. The nice thing about something like that, like a really big field, you could get some really, really lovely, like, summery, springish kind of like flower and nature shots, or put the right filter on it and that could be like actually like the most horrific picture, like if you're looking for horror, because there's just something about like tall fields that's like scream horror, like cornfields, sunflower fields, all those kind of things. Well, like fields with taller wheat fields with taller produce in it. Like, you could, depending on the lighting you choose and the vibe of the character you're cosplaying, it could either be the cutest photo shoot or, like, absolutely horrific. Which is really, really fun. I like that. I like the vibes. Yeah, like, it could be, like, Death by Daylight. Yeah, I logged into that the other day. I'm waiting for them to talk more about the Nick Cage stuff. When the Nick Cage stuff comes to Dead by Daylight, I want it. I've never wanted a DLC stuff in Dead by Daylight until this day. And I haven't played Dead by Daylight for like a year maybe, but I will play it again when Nick Cage gets added. I miss living in Hampshire with the Wheat Girls going there as a youngster and playing hide and seek. Aw, yeah, Hampshire's stunning. Stunning. Or it does kind of depend where you live, but yeah. I also feel like growing up, I missed a lot of good opportunity for photo shoots. Although I actually, as a kid, did photography. I really enjoyed it. My hobby was, because I like to get out of the house, we had quite a loud house and it was like nice to just get away for a couple hours sometimes. I took up photography, I think when I was about 13. And I would just go out and like with my little Fuji film and take little pictures of things that I liked. And I don't know, I just found it really relaxing. I imagine that's the kind of hobby that one day I might come back to just for like the relaxation of it. There was no pressure, I didn't do it for anyone in particular, I just did it for me and I really enjoyed it. But yeah, this was before I really got into cosplay, right? So like the idea of doing a cosplay photo shoot hadn't even crossed my mind at that stage. But yeah, no, I did enjoy just taking pictures. Lost interest in Dead by Daylight, but I logged into Sims recently and realised you can get Star Wars costumes. Oh my god! Whoa, that's pretty sick. That is pretty sick. Alright, I need to scoot this over here, tie this off, and then do the other side. And then both sides will be protected while we work on it. There's a great waterfall near me, which I'm told is great for photo shoots. There's a few in Wales, right? There's some really, really beautiful waterfalls. Like, whenever they do, like, a best of Wales kind of, like... You know when they show lots of pictures of, like, places in Wales you can visit? There's always a couple of waterfalls on there. I know there's one waterfall that I visited, but I was, like, 10, so I don't remember which one it was. No, but I do, because whenever I see a picture of it, I'm like, that's the one! But, I don't remember its name. I need the picture. Was it like my child brain can be like, ah, yes, that's the one we went to, because we did look at a lot of pictures of it. I think technically you went to it for geography or something, but yeah, I was also a kid. Kind of weird having Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker's lightly just walking around. And The Sims was kind of always like that, though, wasn't like, obviously not specifically with Star Wars, but people just wearing the weirdest outfits, just wandering around like, yep, this is cool. It feels very like, you know, when like the whole AI generated kind of vibe, it's like that, but it's just entirely The Sims. I was really enjoying watching Messenger play The Sims yesterday. Messenger did a 12-hour stream for their 3-year affiliate anniversary, and I had a nice time lurking in there while they were playing The Sims. Oh, dear Andrew, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. I am smocking again, but actually not really. Not really smocking specifically. We're finishing the pieces of smocking, but we're not doing the smocking itself because the smocking on this piece is actually already done. What needs to be done is the extra decoration to finish the smocking off. So like getting the edges trimmed, which we've just done. Then we'll go back in and add all the sequins, and then we'll add the embroidery. That's my goal for today. We'll see how far I get in it, to be honest. Because this is a bigger piece than we worked on yesterday. But fingers crossed, I would like to do good. Did whitewater rafting, oh, the kid of the novel, I thought they brand new, oh no. The rapids, they claimed. Another pair of shoes. Another thing, honestly. I feel like they probably claimed many things. Goya, good morning. How are you doing? I'm good. I'm toasty. I'm very toasty at the moment. It's toasty in the UK right now, huh? I'm getting back into them, so it was a big jump from Sims 3 in terms of gameplay. I played some of the Sims 3, but I'll be honest, I think the one I spent the most time on was The Sims 2. I really enjoyed The Sims 2. I specifically really enjoyed The Sims 2 on PlayStation as well because it had multiplayer, which is, I don't think, a thing The Sims have ever actually brought back, where you both control a sim in the household at once and it's just split screen. But me and my siblings loved that. We loved the whole, you know, split screen Sims. That was pretty cool. I'm doing well, thanks. Gonna go to the shops later to buy some gold. Heck yeah, buy some gold. You can imagine. No. I imagine gold. I love gold. Gold 10 out of 10. Ain't just y'all. It's toasty here in the Netherlands. Oh my god. So toasty. Yeah, I heard as well. Anime was very. We're all toasty. Europe is toasty at the moment. It's toasty here. Oh dear. But other than that, I am very good. I've only played The Sims Mobile. See, I've never played on The Sims Mobile because I've never had a phone that would like allow that kind of stuff until more recently. Oh dear. Yes, multiplayer's been gone for a while. I missed the multiplayer. The multiplayer's good. Enough of The Sims chat. Are you gonna want to play The Sims again if we keep talking about The Sims? What's it called? God, I wish I was good at words. Well, I don't know the word I'm looking for. Give up. Games. I bought an SNS just to introduce my kids to the great. Oh god. Okay, in university, somebody owned one of those that I lived with, and they had GoldenEye. They had Mario Kart, but we didn't really play it. So they just played a lot of GoldenEye, and they were trying to get me into it, and I was. You know when you're like, you don't know someone very well at the thing? I ended up becoming really good friends with them, I should say. So it's like, it was just a very initial bit. But when you don't want to be too mean and be like, I'm not interested because they're like a new friend, but like at the same time, it's like, not only is this not my kind of game, I don't have the same nostalgia for it that you have. Oh dear. But it's ended up being like a really fun memory of just like watching them play a game and like talk to me about the nostalgic stuff about it, and I was just there like, I ended up having a good time. Oh dear. Thing is, it was actually really fun to listen to them talking about it, even though I didn't really, because they keep offering like, do you want to play it? And I'm like, nah, I'm actually quite happy just to like listen to you talk about it and play it. And yeah, that was like one of those situations. It was nice listening to them talk about it because obviously they were very nostalgic for it. But it's not for me. Oh dear. What's the word? No, the word I wasn't looking for was nostalgia. It was like a medical term. It's gone. Don't worry about it. The time has passed. Oh dear. Man, it was like another birthday on Saturday and it was like, oh my god, Jesus. What did you do? Did you go outside for it then? Did you spend any of it on the outdoors? Yeah, I need not to play The Sims today. I have stuff to do. Honestly, fair. I just went to bed. Oh yeah. Oh my god, you're all on birthdays. Ah dear. I have a birthday tomorrow, but I can't. We're not. But like, that's one thing. I might not stream tomorrow because I might want to take part in like a online birthday thingy. I don't know how you explain it. Like the Zoom calls, like the Zoom calls that you do in the pandemic, because they are staying inside at the moment because they're going on a trip and they don't want to get sick before the trip, which honestly I think is very sensible because there's a lot of illness going around at the moment. So they are isolating before they go on their trip. But because of that, we're doing more online-y birthday type things. Ah dear, I had to go outside for a bit. We went out to pick some stuff. I said I didn't have enough to go out, but inside was rest of the time. Hell yeah. Oh dear. Okay, that is both sides. It's not like super neat, but it doesn't need to be neat because they'll be covered with bias tape anyway. It's precautionary stitching. It's not neat stitching. You won't see it at the end, it'll be fine. I do need to remember, so like I haven't done the bias tape around the edge for like a month, so I can't quite remember. I remember the embroidery stitch, that bit I'm not worried about, but I don't remember if I stitched it down first or I just pinned it down. I feel like stitching it down first would be easier, but like I've been trying to look. So I'll show you guys my problem. If I can't see it with my real person eyes, I don't think you people will see it with the camera, unfortunately. But I've been trying to see if there's any stitching underneath this gold bit here, like any like regular stitching. But because the gold covers so much of it, you actually just can't tell. So part of me is like, well, if you can't tell anyway, then I'm fine, right? I can just do the stitching there. I know that there's stitching, excuse me, on the back because I can see that, but on the front, I don't know. But at the same time, if you're not going to see it anyway, and it's easier than holding it there with a pin, I might just do it. I'm gonna continue arting. Oh my god, enjoy your arting. I hope that it goes well. Oh dear, I still need to... Maybe we could do it on... I don't know if I should just do it behind... No, I kind of want to do it on stream because I kind of... I'm not sure. There's a stream that I need to... Like an art stream I need to plan. I think maybe Thursday would be a good day for it. It's basically... Do tell. So, next week, we're taking part in VTuber SummerSlam, right? And what I'm doing for VTuber SummerSlam is I am making some community VTuber models. So there'll be basically a community model is a model that anybody can download for free and they can use and customize themselves. So community models are basically, they're normally not really specific. They're like often animals or like stuff like that, because a lot of people already have in mind an idea of what their VTuber or like what they'd want to look like as a VTuber, but they have to save up money to purchase one, right? So having like an animal which you can change the colors to fit your channel theme, it feels less like settling for something that you don't want, if that makes sense. I hope that kind of logic makes sense. So a lot of community models tend to be animals, mascots, stuff like that, or very, very stylized humans, because it's like, then it's not a representation of what you'll end up looking like. It's just a model, but you know, either a fun extra model for your setup or it's like a model that you use in the meantime, right? So I want to make some plushy animals. So we already have picked the animals. We are doing a, and this was, by the way, suggested by the community. We got 3. I'm hoping to finish all 3. They are a frog, a little plushy frog, a plushy octopus, and a plushy sea alpaca, which is like a type of sea slug. Those are the ones that were suggested by the community that seem to get the most love, and so those are the ones we'll be doing. And they're all going to be little plushy versions of it, right? So I need to draw those so that we can rig them next week and also show you about coloring them and stuff like that. I'm sorry, Voodoo, we've already made the decision. We've had the vote, I'm sorry. Oh dear. But plushy animals are cute, hell yeah. Well, it's because, so we're doing the stream is for Gamers Outreach. Gamers Outreach is a charity that provides video games to kids in hospitals. It's similar to the Starlight Foundation, but they have more of a specific focus of getting like new and specifically designed like console setups for kids who have to play from bed, kids who have like other needs that they need met so that they can play video games. They very much focus on video games and socializing through video games. So rather than the Starlight Foundation, which does a lot of other stuff as well, which is like they do games, but they also do like carts and dressing gowns and arts and craft supplies and books. The Gamers Outreach is just video games, but they do focus quite hard on it, and because of the focus, they do very specialized kit for hospitals. Good stuff. And it makes it easy for that accessibility for kids who, again, have to spend longer times in hospitals and can't socialize outside of that. So it's a really good charity. I'm always up for raising more money for kids in hospital, to be honest. It's one that's very, very close to my heart. And I'm always happy to do it. So when I was invited, I kind of jumped on it immediately. I was like, yep, that's the one. We're doing that. I think I had too much olive oil in my crisp. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh no. Yeah, because it makes you poops. Oh heck. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Plus the animals are cute. Yeah, I like the idea because it's for a kids charity. I will say as well, just because so we are normally an 18+ stream. Whenever we do events that are for kids, we do become more PG with the conversations we talk about and the language used in chat. There will be higher filters on the chat during that time. The reason is that the charity event is often broadcasted to the kids that it helps, so you have to bear in mind, like, if any of the clips that are taken from our stream are used in the charity promotion, or if any of the kids happen to see it, I want it to be relatively PG because, you know, we are at the end of the day raising money for those kids. I'm quite happy to make my stream PG for, like, I think it's 3 days. So yes, heads up, I will also post about that in the community when the change, in the Discord when the change comes in, just so that people aren't getting caught out, or if people do get caught out, they know why. Yeah, we always do this doing kids charities, but I do think it's important to mention because obviously normally we have swearing and all that kind of stuff in chat, and we're an 18+ stream, doesn't bother me. But for those few days, we will not, because it's just not appropriate. Yeah. Actually, thinking of the only charity stream where we don't add the filters is Booptober. Oop. Oh dear. Oh, for an hour. Ugh. Do you know Americans can't take that much olive oil? Yeah, I'd heard. Matter of fact, yeah, like, give me your fact. Give me your heckin' fact. I'll take it. Oh dear. I think I got too much. That's fair enough. Might be useful to make a command to remind people. No, the command will literally be, you'll get timed out if you use language. To be honest, I'll put it in the Discord. It will like delete your message, but you won't be, what do you call it? The bot isn't going to ban you or anything like that. It's basically just going to delete your message. That's what it does. Yeah. So, I don't feel the need to have something going in chat, to be honest. Like, if people get caught out, it's not really that bad. You'll just have your message deleted. And I can be like, no swearing. It's a kids' charity. What are you doing? What are you doing? Read the context clues. It's a kids' charity. Oh, dear. Random Dutch fact. There are more bikes than people. Nice. Hell yeah. Very good. Oh dear, I don't know how that's happened, so it's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. That doesn't need it. No, to be fair, like, it's probably because I don't swear. Like, we do get people that come in and swear, but a lot of the time I think people bounce off the streamer that they watch. So if the streamer is not swearing a lot, people tend to swear less, I guess. That's just how it goes. Like, personally, as long as it's not excessive, if anyone comes in and is accenting every single sentence with swearing, I'm gonna be like, whoa, chill out, dude. Like, what the heck? But, like, for the most part, we don't get people like that. The other thing is, if somebody does that without trying to be too stereotypical, I normally assume that they might be too young to be in this channel, because most adults do not feel the need to do that. Dear. Fox, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Did you hear when Starbucks made a coffee with Really? Wait, Starbucks made a coffee with olive oil? Wait, that feels like a weird combination. Starbucks knew what they were doing. Starbucks knew. Ah, dear. No, but truly most all Dutch people own a bike at some point, and based on that fact, and yeah, a lot of them fall in the water, and yeah, I guess if they, yeah, because obviously, like, yeah, I see that if most people own the bike at some point and people go through multiple bikes in their lifetime, like, that would make sense. I can see the logic there. Ultimate poop juice. It would be the ultimate poop juice. You're doing well. I'm glad to hear it. Ah, dear. Yeah, I am. We've done it before. We did literally do it every single winter when it comes to the Starlight Foundation. We go PG for a few days, and I've never had any complaints. And if anybody did complain, I'd probably just ban them, because honestly, like, that's such a weird thing to complain about. You'd probably, like, I don't know, not a very fun person to talk to. Oh dear. I did see. What did I see on Twitter that people were complaining about the other day? I mean, people are always complaining about something on Twitter. I saw something that I was like, this feels like a very not issue, but I am curious. Oh, okay, wait, no. Okay, not on Twitter. It wasn't on Twitter. It was on another app. It was on, like, okay, I am not really on this app, to be honest. Like, I haven't actually set up an account, but because it was automatically on my phone, I can view it, I just can't post, which I kind of like, because I don't want to set up an account on this app, which I'm not going to mention. But Yeah, it's basically an app where you can talk to people in your area and get linked up with people in your area in like not a hooking up kind of way. And people have been like arguing about the most, it's so funny and it's so public, and like you can just see people fighting on it. Like there was someone who commented something this morning and they have like 10 followers and they got 26 messages comments on it. It's like, oh my god, hilarious. I have been very much enjoying waking up in the morning and seeing all the really weird cringy things people have been posting. Oh, hilarious. The bikes are also built up right sitting position. Oh, so you don't get tired real fast or get back pain. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, it makes sense if you use them more often. I used to ride a bike a lot growing up, but then as an adult, it's not really made any sense to. Like, I guess it depends where you live in the UK. Like, some areas are just a lot more bike friendly than others. Like, I personally wouldn't feel safe riding on a bike on the roads around here a lot, because if it's like a road that's like not a one-way road, but it's like a thickness of one car and cars come in both directions and you're on a bicycle, it just doesn't feel very safe. Plus, for some reason in the UK, a lot of these roads are like close to national speed limit, and it's like, what the heck? Like, why are they so fast? What is going on? It's like, literally, they're not actually national speed limit, but like, they are fast and people barrel down them. So it's like, yeah, I probably just wouldn't feel safe riding a bike in like a lot of the places around us. Like, not everywhere. Weirdly, in the busier areas, I'd actually probably feel safer, but like, heck. Speaking of kids, I know Nathan playing it. Oh, he plays, oh my god, congrats to him. That's very heckin' impressive. Oh, I hope they have a really good time. There is something about playing with a group of people that is just really, really fun. Oh, good luck. I hope it goes well. I hope they have a good time. I hope they enjoy being part of an orchestra. It's like a different vibe because obviously you're all working together and it's, good stuff. Heck yeah. Oh dear. Bikes are a main thing used for travel. Not main, but a lot of people use them for travel. Yeah, and it's like, I guess, a cheap and more eco-friendly way. Like back home we'd use bikes a lot because there were a lot more safer places you could bike, but then here I just don't think, I think I'd have to like go out a little bit just to feel safe on the bike. It also doesn't help that, so I mentioned this on stream before, but sometimes at certain times of the year, I want to say specifically weird, what is that? Oh, it's part of the, okay, I cut that off earlier. Like winter, they stop doing the street lamps at night, which means it gets really dark, like actually pitch black. If the moon isn't out, it is pitch black. And so, yeah, I don't think I'd feel safe on a bike, to be honest. I mean, I don't even feel safe walking outside when it's like that. And we live in a pretty small and chill area, but there's just something about being in like the actual pitch black where you need to bring a torch with you to go out that it's like, nah, not for me. Oh dear, he gets to travel from Canada to the USA? Oh my god, that would be so fun! Oh, I'm sure it's a little intimidating, but I think that sounds like such a good time. I hope he has a really, really good time. Oh, what a fun opportunity! Hell yeah! Are you making him any special outfits for it, or does he already have his stuff kind of like sorted? Oh dear. Like cars, scooters, motors, and public transport are still used a lot, but a lot of people travel by bike. No, that's fair. Ah, dear. You also have like trams and stuff, right? I think they're trying to introduce a tram into Cardiff, but I don't know. I don't visit Cardiff very often. I think they're trying to. Maybe to like, maybe to the Bay, if I had to guess. Yep. Oh, you have a question for me? What's the question? Yep. I don't see it often because we don't live in the... Oh, fair enough. Ooh, it's still exciting though. Will you go at some point listen to him live, do you think? Do you get reduced tickets because you're family or nah? Oh dear. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty hecking cool as well. Hell yeah. Oh dear. Weirdly itchy hand. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, for if you haven't seen this, what we're doing is we're just putting sequins around the inside of the bits that are like inset a bit more. And yeah, it goes pretty good. Oh dear. It just adds secretive sparkle because it's not on the top, so it's not constantly catching the light. But when it does catch the light, it looks really heckin' cool. Wow, there we go. Pretty shinies. Oh my god, that's a good heckin' heart. Hell yeah, pretty shinies. Yeah, we love pretty shinies. Oh dear. There we are. Get that bit in there. Yeah, then we go around with the embroidery afterwards, and it kind of like carves a little star into it. Because if you haven't seen the Owl House, I would say that the collector is pretty celestial themed. Like, not spang on or anything, but like he has stars and moons on them, and then like there's like lots of little spots on his hat, which I'm like, I kind of like stars in the night sky, and they have like the moon on the face with like the darker, like their skin is even like kind of like a moon and a sun, because they don't have like a regular skin tone. They have like, yeah, blue and yellow as the skin tones. It's a bit weird, but it's cool. I'm assuming all collectors must have had like similar, but you really do only just see the collector. Like the rest of them kind of are in silhouette. Oh, did that give her the egg smash, by the way, Scott? I appreciate it. So yeah, it would kind of be nice to have seen more of the other collectors to see if they varied a lot, because I guess because you see it from the collector's stat, it's gonna get very confusing because the collector is a collector. It's like being called the human. But yeah, the collector is it's seen from their perspective, so because of that, they're kind of just like big shadowy figures, so you don't really see them in much detail, unfortunately. But I would really like to see they have like their own individual styles. Do I have permission to make art of you? Oh my god! I'd love it if you did, but you can absolutely make a fan art of me, but please let me know when it's finished so I can send you some likes and loves. Oh dear. Oh, unless it's NSFW, in which case don't tag me, just message me separately. Yeah. I have to keep that one because otherwise it shows up on the main page and there are certain family members who would be very, very confused. And be like, Jelly, what are you doing? I'll be like, it's not me, mother, it's not me, I swear. Yeah, just to clarify. No, okay, no, you're fine. It's like, just to clarify, if it's NSFW, you can let me know, but don't tag me in it. Yeah. Just so that, you know, the family don't, next time I go and visit for dinner, they're not like, so Jelly, that fan art, huh? And then I implode. And that's that. It's the end of my life. That's it. I don't think I could mentally handle that. My family is really open as well, as which is like a lovely thing. It's a great thing, but it's also terrifying when it comes to stuff like that. Because you know how like some families will see something like that and they'll just pretend that they haven't? Not my family. My family will bring it up when as many people as possible can hear, and they'll be like, guess what I saw, Jelly? Oh dear. Heck. Oh dear. Never done it, never will do it. At least not. No, you're fine. If you do, that'd be amazing. Thank you very much. No pressure, but yeah, I'd love to see it. Oh, Daniel, good morning. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Speaking of art people, do you think that you will soon scan? Oh my god, yeah, no, I will. I'm going to, okay, so here's the thing. I want to actually explain this a little bit because I feel really, really bad because I think this was my miscommunication. I drew all of those pictures and then we had a stream where like I offered to send them to people, and I think the problem was because it wasn't very publicized at the time. I sent them to the people that said then and there, and then the rest of them have just been in my drawer. So Purple, I will redraw yours if you would like it, because it will at this point. Unfortunately, we've clearly had like a bit of an incident. When I looked for helixes, I had the same issue where it's like, I can find it, but it's like kind of mucked up. So I'm going to have to redraw it, but if you would like it, I am happy to redraw it and send it to you. Sorry. I had to double check because I was like, did I initially promise that to everyone that I would send them over? And it's like, no. But afterwards, I did in a stream, and then what kind of happened was, yeah, because people were asking about it later, it's like, well, I drew them, I showed them on stream, and then I sent them to a couple of the people that asked for it then and there. But then obviously, yeah, in hindsight, I should have just scanned them all in then and there so that if anybody wanted them in the future, I could send it to them. My bad. That was my bad. There was my miscommunication there. Yeah, I've had the whole thing because I was looking at it for Helix. I was like, wait a second, Helix didn't ask for it, right? And they didn't on the stream, but they did later, and so I should have. Yeah. That's where that's happened. But I will have to redraw it. I'm very sorry. So I think I'll try and find the stream. There were initial images floating around. It will be the same picture, but just redrawn, basically. So the pose will be the same. You'll still have the wings. I don't know if you've changed your profile picture during that time. Because the one that I had like a fairy. Oh dear. I mean, no, this is where it's like, this was my fault. Because I think, because of, again, this is not your fault at all, and it's nobody's fault that did this. Because the thing was, I'll draw your character, and which is what I did, and I showed them on stream. But I then promised some people that I would send it to them, and then it just was like, well, I promised everybody I'd send it them, but then I think it was my fault. I should have made like a proper post about it and been like, I've showed these on stream, and if you want them, now is the time. But what I did was do it live, and again, I would like to think that I've grown a little bit from this situation in that I should make these posts very, very public so that even if people can't make the streams, they don't miss out. What I would say is, if you were one of the people that wanted the picture and you didn't get it because you weren't there, just let me know. I will have to redraw it. It won't be the same picture that I showed on stream, but it will be of the same image that from that stream, you know? So it will just be like me redrawing it again. Also, I did all the drawings in like a week. If you were, I hope nobody is expecting me to have been working on them for like the last 9 months. Because that is actually no, that's not how it went. It was a sketch that I did, and I showed them all on stream, and then some people have taken the sketches. Yes, just to be really clear, because it was my fault, and absolutely I should have communicated better in this. I think as well it was I gave certain people some things and then I didn't do the same for others.
This is a joke. Don't spend time redoing stuff you've already done. New stuff is yay.
Good morning, I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. It's the same profile pic? Wonderful. I mean, it will still make the most sense then. Yeah, because for context, basically, yeah, what happened was I promised to draw them, which I did. Just to be clear, I did draw everyone as I promised, because I don't want to hear any of that I didn't do it. I did it. And I showed them on stream, and then a couple people asked to have them sent to them, so I sent them to them. I think it was Shifty who I sent it to their Discord server. I think it was Vile. So I sent them the images, and then because I'd sent them the images, I think everyone assumed that I was sending everyone the images, and because I never communicated it, that was the reason. Yes, that's what happened. I am very, very sorry. It is my bad, and I should have made a proper public post about basically just putting, you know what, a lot of it was my awkwardness of like, I shouldn't post them publicly because they're sexy images technically, and I was like, I don't want to out people with sexy images. And that's the same thing, because I did have people ask me not to send it to them, so I was like, yeah, okay, fair enough, you don't want it, that's all good. So yeah, it was my awkwardness and then also my miscommunication. So at the end of the day, it is 100% my fault. But I did draw them all, I promise. I didn't just not draw them for 9 months. Yeah, that's not what happened. Oh dear. Yeah, next time if I ever do something like that, I'll make it much clearer. You're beating yourself up about it. Well, no, I do feel really bad, because basically what happened was I gave some people more than others, which is like, it wasn't my intention to do that, but that is basically what happened. Whereas it wasn't meant to be like favoritism or anything like that, but that is kind of that is kind of how it worked out. No, you don't need to apologize. I need to apologize for my miscommunication at the end of the day. Please do not feel bad for me. At the end of the day, I made the mistake, and I didn't communicate things, and I didn't post things in the right way, and I should have been a lot clearer, and I didn't. I thought the drawings were easy access, so I have not scanned them. Well, that's not true. I've scanned a few of them, but I haven't scanned all of them, so yours wouldn't be scanned, and Helix wasn't scanned. But at the end of the day, I'm more than happy to redraw them, because at the end of the day, that was something that I promised, and if you wanted it, I should have scanned it then and there. No, I should have scanned all of them, like, immediately afterwards. I don't know what possessed me to scan, like, 2, and then stop there. I should have scanned all of them. And, yeah, I didn't. So what I'll be doing is, because our print is a bit on the blink, I will be happy to take it as a photo, but I have a much better phone than I had back then, so I can at least take a good photo now. Oh dear. And if anything, because it's a black and white sketch, it actually looks a bit smoother on a phone than it does on the scanner, because the scanner really does push the white through it. Oh dear. No, it's not your fault. I don't want anyone to feel bad for asking for stuff that they could have had months ago at the end of the day, because like that's how it should have been. I should have scanned all of them in, and it was stupid of me as well. Like, I was being very, very naive to assume that everyone would just know, like, because that's not how it goes. And you have to communicate things, especially in a charity event. Like, communicate exactly what you're giving people, and then if they want something else, like if they wanted the image, for instance, communicate exactly how they'd get it. And I didn't do either of those things, and so it is my own fault. And I have apologized profusely to Helix, and I will apologize profusely to you as well, because at the end of the day, you've been waiting 9 months for what is quite literally a sketch, and like, that is ridiculous. Like, you shouldn't have had to wait 9 months for that. And I'm really sorry that again, if I'd have communicated this better, you could have had it back in November or December. Like, you wouldn't have had to wait this long. And I think a lot of people, like Helix as well, was like, I didn't want you to feel pressured, and it's like, I am so sorry. That it wasn't that I felt pressured, because I finished them all the first week of November. Like, they were done. It was just me, like, because my miscommunication meant that I thought everyone else was on a different page to what they were on, if that makes sense. Yeah, so at the end of the day, it's my fault. I'm very sorry. I will have to redraw it, but I will redraw it to faithfully what it was before. I just would feel bad being like, because if I didn't tell you that I'd redrawn it, and then you'd seen the original back from November and were like, this is different, it's like, yeah, I feel worse not saying that I'm redrawing it. I will redraw it. Unfortunately, if I had to guess, I think somebody might have used it as a weight for a paint can, because Helix did say, like, can you send it to me and I can see if I can fix it? And I was like, I don't think you can fix this. I think one of the builders might have taken my drawing. They've used the back of it, to be fair, but yeah, And it's because I had them by the scanner, so they were like, they were there, and people could pick them up. Dear. Ja, tutu. No. I thought the drawings were easy access. They would have been. This is a problem being in a building site, is everything just gets messy. Everything's messy. Everything's covered in gunk. Our whole house has been gunged with building stuff. Oh dear. It is what it is. It's fine. We're used to it. And at the end of the day, like, just to be clear, I drew all of those drawings in a week. I can redraw them all in a week. My art skill has not deteriorated so badly in that time, I promise. I can redraw them all in a week. If every single person needed their one redrawn, I could redraw them all this week. Oh dear. Plus it means I can take a photo with my phone, which is actually a better quality. So it's honestly not the worst or anything like that. But I'd rather be transparent and be like, it's a new one. Because I think somebody used the sketch as a thing to protect the floor. Sorry. Oh dear. Beep beep, good morning. Oh, you finished the apron, you're happy it's done. Are you gonna make another one now? Is it time for the next apron? Thanks for clarification. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, like, if you didn't say before, then I guess maybe I didn't need to, but yeah. I'd rather it be transparent. I got nothing to hide. If everything's covered, I will gladly say that everything is covered in a thick layer of gunk in this house. Well, no, it's not just gunk. Obviously, there's paint and stuff around, but there is also it's mainly insulation dust, to be honest, which wouldn't cause problem with scanning, but that's not the issue in this case. But if I was to say what the main issue in the house is as far as mess, it's not gunk, it's dust. Dust is everywhere. Oopsie, yeah. We've had a few things in this house where it's like, huh. Oh dear. Yuki, hello! Bisexual pride. No, so this is actually like a flag. This is the bisexual pride flag that I own, and then I've colored my VTuber to match. It is very, very purposeful, Erd. We're going full purpose. They're just checking in. Is there maybe a reference street of the VTuber anywhere? Did I ever make a reference? Wait a second. I've made reference sheets for like all of the other VTubers I've been giving away. I don't think I ever made a reference sheet for me. I can show you quickly now if you like. I'm sorry, I am but a silly bean. Oh, blah, 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 blah. I'm 30 centimeters tall, so I'm really short. I have no legs because I'm a streamer. And streamers don't have legs. Bump, bump, bump. Oh dear. There you go. I'm but a small sprite. I'm normally blue, to be fair. This is not my normal colorway, but it works for by pride. Hell yeah. Oh dear. I know you got multiple colors, so just checking which. I mean, any of them is fine. You can color me any way you like. Add whatever colors to whatever you want. That's kind of what I do. When I'm designing it, I'm just like, I want this color here and this color here. That's why I have so many different colorways. I can't make up my mind. I like all of them. Have the crows tried to come back inside? No, but they have not tried to come back inside, but they are definitely hanging about. We're having to keep an eye as well because there's like, it's not in our house, it's in our neighbor's house, but we can see like a little gap in their roof and it is crow sized. So it's like, they're not causing us too much problems yet, but I have a sneaking suspicion they might cause our neighbors some problems, you know? Ah, dear. No, I'm quitting that job soon. Oh, no more aprons. Fair. Especially when it comes to crafting, you gotta do what you enjoy. Understandable. Ah, dear. What we got this version? Hell yes, Pride Month. We'll be bye. Ah, dear. I'm gonna go back to this in August as well because that's also Pride Month. Oh dear. You know, I might redraw everyone's pictures and just have them as a. Wait, where have I put Helix's? Am I gonna have to redraw Helix a third time? I swear to God. Oh, for God's sakes. Oh, I might redraw everyone's characters just and have them as a collage at some point. Because that way everyone's had a redraw as well, which would be kind of nice for the people that already had their pictures sent to them. I swear, if I've left Helix's outside this room, I'm gonna have to redraw it again. Oh my God. You know a second ago where I said I think I learned from my mistakes? I take it back. I don't think I've learned from my mistakes. I think I've made exactly the same mistake again. It's okay though. I don't think we've done any painting, so at the very least, that should be fine. God damn it. I need to be bonked. Dear. And be extra. I might add one of the little blobs. More blobs? Hell yeah! I'm always up for more blobs. Yeah, I'm 30 centimeters tall and 32 centimeters if you include the blobs. I'm just about taller than a ruler. Very small. Very, very small bean. Oh dear. I finished the tailcoat for some and I'm trying to convince him to wear it. Oh, hell yeah. Honestly though, I do get it because I'm also very camera shy. I much prefer video. I don't know, there's just something about like, I feel like whenever I take a photo of myself, I take a photo at like the worst possible time, if that makes sense. So like on video, I'm like, yeah. And then I look at the photos, I'm like, no. Oh dear. There are no mistakes, only happy accidents. I literally redrew it like last week though. But yeah, I can do them again. I also, weirdly, you know what I do have that's relatively untouched? I have the reference design. So like when I was doing the designs, I did several like references for people's characters before I drew them, just to make sure that I was happy with the poses. So they had like, I wonder if I have that nearby. I have the reference images, although I do have to be a bit careful because there's a couple things in that book which are like, still technically spoilers for things. It's weird that they're still there. Wait, where have I put it? Oh, God damn it, did I leave that outside the house as well? Because that was actually untouched. I swear, I am... Is this the one? No, this sketchbook is... That's a fresh sketchbook. I'll leave that one out. I could use that at some point. Where's the not fresh one, though? Not in there. Oh, God damn it. Oh, wait, is it this one? Oh, yeah. I was talking to Helix about it because I had one of Helix's designs that I didn't use, and I was like, Helix, I nearly made you like an actual terrifying creature. Oh no, it's not gonna show. Yeah, because initially I was going to have Helix with like the neck and the waist, and I was going to make it kind of eldritch horror-y, but then I changed my mind because I was like, it is meant to be sexy, so like. Yeah, I still have like the initial sketches of like, oh, you're not gonna see it in this light, but they are kind of there. Where do I still have that one? Yeah, I have purples as well. This was your initial sketch before the finished one. This is kind of how I had you. So before the one which I broke, that is what it looked like, but this was just the initial sketch. This wasn't the finished one. This was my initial sketching book. Oh yeah, I had another one of you as well where you had your face covered. Oh, ignore that one. That was me seeing for a joke if I could, draw my entire keyboard. Turns out I can't. Turns out those faces are harder than I thought. Jason had a couple. I ended up putting Jason sat down though. I also had Vile sat down. Vile had a good one, but then I redid Vile's because there was just a bit too much going on. So there was like, we had a bit of a reduction and stuff. Jason's initially was standing up with a massive smile, but I ended up putting them sat down because I liked the sportier pose. A few of these pages have been ripped out, I think because, yeah, trying to draw the behind one was for Shifty was a pain in the ass. Can I tell you how many times I drew that one? My God. Because I don't draw people from behind very often, and it turns out I think that is like a gap in my knowledge. Yeah, there's a few other things in here I have to be a bit careful about because I have a lot of sketches for stuff, and some of them are not... Was that one of the initial... Oh, that was one of my very, very... Oh, no, you can't see that one, like, at all. One of the very, very initial ones for the collector. Yeah, a lot of this is secret, though. Sorry about this, guys. A lot of this I can't show. It's just because it's like relating to people that haven't debuted yet, and I don't want to like show their initial sketches off because they're waiting to debut. I'm gonna be a bit careful with that one. A bit of a glare on the paper. Yeah, it's partially because the flag is dark. So because it's focusing on because I had the same thing with my skin is glowing. It's because of the darker colors on the flag. Unfortunately, you put something pale in front of it, it's like ah. Oh dear. Is there a request for background or specific colors? I mean, I'm meant to be like a water sprite, so if it was like near a river or near not any kind of water, I mean, you could literally do me in a toilet bowl and that would technically make sense. But like, I guess technically I would live near like a river or a lake or the sea or a toilet bowl or a sewage system, you know, something liquidy. That's kind of where I'm meant to be from, a liquidy area. No camera shy? Naturally. Oh, bless you. Oh, you Sexy eldritch horror is a tough needle to thread. Well, the other thing was like because I said I drew them based on their profile pictures and they were meant to be a sexy image. As much as I like the idea of making it more eldritch horror, I didn't know if the people I was making for would like that. So it was one of the initial sketches for Helix, but I ended up going with like the twin tails like curled instead because it fit more into what I said I was going to do, which was the sexy. If I had done an eldritch horror version, I would have definitely done it with the twisted waist and the twisted neck. But yeah, no, it's one of those things where I feel like if I was going to do that, I would have needed to get express permission, probably, because otherwise it might have been a little bit disturbing. And since it was meant to be a surprise, I was like, it's probably not best for this one. But yeah, I still have the initial concepts. It's a bit, I was saying this to Helix as well, it's a bit annoying that the initial concepts have actually survived better than the finished pieces, because the finished pieces I did on like paper, right? So they weren't in a book, whereas the ones in the book seem to have survived a bit better. Although I do think some of them I might have used the back of for other things, because I can see some, you can't see it, but I can see like some stuff going through it, which is fine for a sketch, to be fair, but... oh wait, Purple, did you want to see the ones specifically of you? There were 2 sketches I'd done of you, to be fair. Oh god, where were they? And why are they... Why is half this book upside down? At some point I just switched direction and I started drawing everything on the other side. Oh dear. Where were they? There were 2 of them, but they weren't next to each other. So we had the one which was like a slightly bigger one, which I liked it, but it wasn't quite right. I don't know. I did like it. I think I took... Oh god, I wish I could show you. There you go. You can kind of see it. All right, holding it. Stop. And then the other one was... Oh god, was it before or after Helix? It was after Helix. This was the one I liked because it was like a little bit more confident looking. And so I went with the more confident one for the finished. That's downstairs, but I'm covered in paint. But this was the pose that I ended up with. It'll be like a remaking of that pose, but neater. Because this was just a sketch. Yeah, I like the more confident pose for this one. Like, the other one was more like secretive fairy, and I was like, secretive fairy is good, but I like confident fairy because you have a weapon and stuff, so I just think it makes more sense. Again, I was trying to keep everything quite secret until they reveal, so I was like, I think that this suits better, but they both could have worked. It was the same with kind of Jason, where initially Jason was stood, but then I decided to go more sporty with it. Oh dear. Try adding something in the background then. You don't have to. Obviously, I appreciate any fan art. I have a little save folder on my screen. My screen? Well, it is on my screen technically, but it's on my documents. Yeah, I have it for anyone who has made me art, and it's all in there. And I don't know. It's very sweet. It always makes me smile. I try and save things as well, so like they have the names of whoever drew it. Because otherwise it could get a bit confusing, but it's hell yeah. I have literally from like, I think the first one would have been from Otototot. I'd been streaming for like 2 months and they drew me with jellyfish in the background, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh dear, I had that one as not my background on stream, but my background on my computer for a while, because I was like, Shifty drew me once. Did you know that? Shifty drew me. I don't know if I should show it on stream, because I don't know if Shifty would be okay with that, but Shifty drew me once, and I have that fan art. Oh my god. Always makes me smile. Oh yeah, and I had the one from Purple's daughter. I have that one saved there. Hell yeah. With the jelly with all the crafts. It's so cute. It's so cute. I love it. Oh dear. Obviously I have Gons as well, which is the one that I think a lot of people saw last year, which is like actually ridiculous. Eventually, when we've got the room set up, I'm gonna print them all out so I can have them properly on the wall, because they're all lovely. I can embarrass all of the artists as they come into my chat and be like, I have, oh, they're non-binary. Okay. I'll rename this then. Rename to non-binary bean. Non-binary bean. There we go. Now it's Purple Tea Cosplays non-binary bean. Oh dear. Got it. Oh dear. But yeah, I'm gonna at some point print them all out. Like some of them are definitely meant to be smaller than others. Gon's is huge. Because they do like very, very detailed art, so it needs to be blown up quite big. And then I can have them on the wall, and I can embarrass artists when they come into my chat and be like, I got your work on my fridge. Basically. Ah, dear. Non-binary bean. Bean. Like as in human being. Human bean. Bean. Non-binary bean. Beans are non-binary and by default, to be fair. But a non-binary bean. They love to do drawings and such. They're very good, to be fair. I'm not surprised. Had I been as good at drawing at that age, I probably would have loved it as well. Oh dear. An N bean. An N bean. Yeah, N bean. Hell yeah. Oh dear. I tend to refer to people as good beans and bad beans as well. Just it's like it's one of those things where it's just easy, and it can apply to anyone of any age and gender. A bean. A bean. You've been a good bean, you've been a bad bean. Oh dear. It's good. It works really well on Twitch as well, because you really just can't tell people's gender. Also, Matrix, good morning! I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. Thank you for the groove. Thank you for the groove. And also, Teeny Fungi, sorry, you followed 9 minutes ago. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. It's very heckin' kind of you. Ah, dear. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm sorry. My brain is ultimate distraction at the moment. Ah, dear. Stomach's still upset. No. No. Thank you for that. Thank you for Xmush. Ah, dear. There's a gender identifier. There is, but not everyone uses it. And so you can, I do like to advertise it. It's not mine, but like yeah, that's the one that I have. So the only problem with it, and this is an OBS thingy. So I can see that you have he, him next to your name on my Twitch chat. However, my OBS doesn't always put it next to your name, especially if there's a recent update, and OBS updates like every other week. So unfortunately, and this is just from a streamer's perspective, I would have to have my chat open to see people's preferred pronouns, because OBS kind of screws around with it. Now, as a chatter, that's really good, but as a streamer, I stick to they, them to everyone, because I can only sometimes see it in my OBS. It's just easier to have everyone be they, them while I'm streaming. Yeah. Excuse me. Unless there's someone I've met in person, I guess. Or somebody I know very, very well, everyone's they, them. Sorry, you might not have wanted to be non-binary, but unfortunately, make you non-binary. It's just easier. It's just easier if everyone is they, them in Twitch. And that's why things like good beans is good, because it doesn't matter if I know your gender or not. You can be a good bean. You can also be a bad bean. And that can also happen. I keep picking up the same sequin, and it's just a pain in the ass to get through. I've got it, but wouldn't it be nice if Twist themselves made a thing? Yeah, I mean, it would be. It would be nice if it didn't have to be like an add-on. But yeah, it is what it is. I go by she, them a lot. I think, wait, I might have to type in chat to actually see what my pronouns are now. I think I'm she, her. Let me have a look. What do I use? Because I also have it. I'm she, her. Yeah. Let me just double check what pronouns I've put into the machine. She, her, yeah. But I'll be honest, like, I totally get it if people call me they, them, or even he, him sometimes, because you really just can't tell someone's gender by their Twitch username. For the most part, people assume, I think, more feminine, but yeah. It's difficult, you really just can't tell. Oh dear. I would just go and gone with any, so I don't care whatever you call me. Yeah, I go with she, her, because because sometimes people on Twitch make Twitch not a fun place to be, and I don't want to be used to create hate for another group, if that makes sense. This is like very much a me-specific thing though, because I've talked to other streamers and they've not had this same problem. For context, one of the main types of hate comments we get on this channel are unfortunately transphobic. We don't get them anymore really, but in the first year of streaming we did, where people would say that I was trans and then say some relatively rude stuff against transgender people. And because I'm not trans, I don't want to accidentally you know, do anything that would cause that hate to grow. So I put she, her. Yes. It's just it's a pain. What do you call it? It's just the small percentage of people on Twitch that go from stream to stream making places not so fun to be. Oh dear. Hello, burp. Have a good burba. Have a good burp. Oh dear. I think one time I put he, him, and I forgot where the add-on is. For me, you're still he, him. You're still he, him. I've got my stream open so I can see people's pronouns. But for me, you have he, him next to your name. I think if I saw you on the blue and chat, I'd assume she. Not sure why. Maybe jellyfish is a feminine aura. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Wibbly wobbly, you know? Oh, dude, I don't know if they even have sexes. I mean, I think technically, aren't they like almost a plant? I don't think they do. I hope they stay away for good. Yeah, it's like a very, very small minority of people on Twitch. It's just unfortunate that, like, it happens. I haven't seen anything, maybe it's because I'm on my phone. Yeah, maybe. For me, you are definitely a he, him. You have he, him next to you. Erd has he, him. I don't see one for Luna. And I don't see one for Matrix. Or Purple. So you can kind of see who has it. Koya has he, they. I'm just scrolling up through chat now. Atlantic has they, them. Yuki has she, her. We actually have a lot of people that use this add-on in this chat. I'm kind of surprised, but I'm glad that so many people have found a use for it. Hell yeah. It's a browser extension. Yeah, that's maybe why. My colleagues call me them. I sometimes have more masculine days than feminine. Hey, that's all good. Oh dear, nice to be able to have the freedom to express yourself each day as you would prefer. Oh dear. Yeah, I have I pretty much predominantly go as she, her, but like I also don't take it personally if people get a bit confused sometimes or say other things. It's all good. Especially, I think it mainly comes from being a cosplayer, and also because I did used to predominantly cosplay male characters. Like for a really long time, I only really cosplayed male characters, and so I think just from those days, it doesn't really happen so much anymore, but when people would refer to me as he, him, or they, them, it's like, yeah, it's all good. I get you. Understandable, honestly, I get it. I did once. Now, this person, it was in my local store, and they are kind of known for being very, very short-sighted. I did once have someone ask me in a shop, like, when I was taking, like, doing my checkout, what can I do for you today, young man? I will be honest, that did kind of surprise me, and so I was just like, give her stuff. I don't know what to do. Because I don't want to correct him because he's just a happy old man, and he's just kind of blind, honestly. He can't see very well, and so he's very confused. And so I didn't want to correct him because I would have felt bad, and I knew he would feel bad if he realized he'd got it wrong. So I was just like, stuff, and then yeah, give him that. That's the only time where it's been more intense. But at the same, he just couldn't see. He just couldn't see. It's not his fault. Like everyone, he was well known for being short-sighted. I remember he also, which to be fair, Mama Jelly was very happy about, but he ID'd Mama Jelly when she was like in her 40s. And like, you're not old enough to be buying this. And it's like, again, Mama Jelly, very happy, no complaints there, but also, you know, that's I think she's old enough to be buying a bottle of wine, like, yeah, he was known for not being the best in eyesight, but he was harmless, he just couldn't see. Oh dear. Oh, have a lovely lurk, Luna. Take care of yourself, enjoy the rest of your day, I hope that it goes well. Oh dear. I wonder if he's still working there, because I don't live there anymore, so I haven't been to that Tesco's in particular for quite a while. I kind of hope he is. Best at heart, but not best at sight. Yeah, like, he was always super polite and nice, he just couldn't see. Like, he was just like, you know, I think he was just doing it as a part-time job. He was very old. Like, he definitely didn't need to work at Tesco's, I don't think, but I think he wanted the social aspect of it. Which, to be fair, I'm noticing more and more elderly people are, because normally, like, you retire by 70, but I know people that are older who are still working, but, like, on a very part-time volunteer-style basis. I think it's the socializing, which is honestly fair. I probably will be the same when I'm at that age, because I like socializing. Oh dear. Forgot it was garbage day? Oh, good save. Good save. Oh dear. Will anyone else in line watching you do your male voice impression? Oh, honestly, probably, but I didn't really do a male voice impression, just to be clear. I literally just grunted a few times and was like, oh, this. And then that was it. That was it. I wasn't sat there doing like a whole impression or anything. I just grunted a bit. and I think said this and was like, like, there was no full impression, it was just grunting, really. Oh dear. Yeah. Well, because I just didn't want to upset him. He was really nice, and I knew he'd be upset if he'd realized he'd got it wrong. So I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not here for doing that today. This was also when I was a bit younger, and like I would get a lot more shy talking to people, so I would like definitely avoid conflict 100%. And even though like this wasn't exactly avoiding conflict, I do see it in kind of the same vein of like I just didn't want anyone to be upset. So I just listen, if I need to be a man for 5 minutes so that nobody gets upset, I'll be a man for 5 minutes. Oh dear. It was also when I was dressing a lot more androgynously, to be fair. I was quite embarrassed about my body for like a really long time, and like so I would dress very like big oversized hoodie, like loose jeans, stuff like that. So if you couldn't see very well, like there wasn't a lot of figure or anything, so I can kind of see why someone who is very, very short-sighted might make the mistake. Yes. Ah, dear. Bless him. He's just blind. We all have old jellies. Yeah. It's just because, like, I kind of get it. Like, when I was working before in retail, there was always someone who was, like, older than you'd imagine working. And, like, a lot of it was just, like, the social aspect. I get it. Because, like, as you get older, like, how do you get your socializing if you're not really using online and stuff like that? I guess working like 1 day a week is at least like a day where you're chatting with people constantly. And like, yeah, it's retail, so it's not always the best, but like, I do kind of get it, and I think I'll be that same kind of person. If I don't have like a lot of friends my own age or stuff like that, or who have like a lot of mobility and can get around, then yeah, I probably would just work 1 day a week, because then I'd have my social. I get it. Oh dear. Only allowed to have garbage every other week. Don't want to hold on. Oh yeah, fair. Jesus. I thought we were bad for like only having it once a week. Oh god, once every 2 weeks? Heck no. I totally would have copped what was happening and been supremely interested in the dynamics. I just, you know, he's just an old man. He means no harm. I do kind of wonder. I don't think he's probably a bit old at this point. Because yeah, this would have happened a while ago, so he'd probably be in his 80s at this point, which is quite old. I would like to imagine that he's still working there, but realistically, he probably isn't. Oh, dear. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I just didn't want to upset anyone. I still feel like that way. If I could avoid upsetting people, I'd rather, but I am not as opposed to, like, I guess correcting people now as I was. Although I say that, most of the time I just don't. I guess I'm not opposed to it, but rather than being nervous about it, I'm just lazy. The dynamic has changed from I don't want to upset anyone to I'm very lazy. I don't, you know, maybe I don't want to talk right now. Yeah, sure. I don't know what you said to me, but I'll agree with it. Okay, goodbye. Oh dear, you weren't confident, but I like in big dresses. Exactly. I think, what do you call it? I've met other people who I kind of, I'm like, yeah, I was kind of like that for a long time as well. I just, how to put it? I think that, I don't know, I still feel awkward talking about it, but I've met other women, especially young women, who have the same kind of thing. So if you start looking like a woman very quickly, which I did, I grew into a more female body very quickly at a relatively young age. Like, you get very self-conscious. I felt incredibly self-conscious. Like, I see pictures of me from that age, and you can tell that I am just constantly trying to hide. And it's like, honestly, I get why. Yeah. So, like, I think I must have been about 16, 17. And I effectively had double G's. And, like, that's a lot very quickly. And like I remember just being insanely like terrified of ever getting like attention like that. But then at the same time, it's like difficult. What the hell? Yeah. But like, and like, it seems like that wouldn't be super common, but it is. A lot of young women like will develop very, very quickly, and it causes like people be like, oh great, yeah, then you have that figure that you want, and it's like, yeah, but I was so self-conscious, like constantly. Like I would so I always wore t-shirts, like baggy t-shirts, and like I would often cover up with a bigger baggy hoodie. And so it would make me look like a 10, but like I didn't know what else to do because I didn't want that kind of attention. And it's difficult if that's how your body develops. It's like, what do you do? And it shouldn't be like that. It definitely shouldn't be like that. But it was, and I was like that. And it's why initially I only cosplayed male characters, because I had no self-confidence as I looked like as a girl. And I like after being a bra fitter for 5 years, you do meet a lot of young girls going through exactly the same thing, and it's horrible. It makes you so self-confident, so self-conscious, where you're like, like you feel like you're not normal as well. Like this is like not normal. Like it shouldn't be like this. Let me cover it up constantly because it's not normal. And obviously genetics really do play a big part in that sort of thing. It's not something you can necessarily control, and it sucks. It sucks. Oh dear. And I don't think I became more confident until probably, I want to say like a few years ago, really, is when I stopped caring as much. But like I'd say up until about the age of maybe like 24-ish, 25, like after university for sure. In university, I still dressed very much like baggy t-shirts, jeans, and like when it came to like events, I would wear a suit. I wouldn't wear a dress because a dress would like show off curves and figure, and I still wasn't happy with that. And so it's only, and through cosplay as well, I think a lot, because with cosplay there's not really any consequence. Like if you dress, like I don't know how to put it, but you see people dressing more sexy at conventions, and seeing that made me feel more confident about my own body. Yeah, like it's why I'm so pro sexy cosplayers. To be quite honest, I'm like, while I don't do sexy costumes myself, seeing other cosplayers at an event like embrace their bodies and also alter their bodies to do these like really sexy costumes, like seeing people put foam into their hips for Jessica Rabbit and stuff like that, made me feel a lot more confident about my own body. So I'm like 100% pro sexy cosplayers. I think there's so much positive that they do, and like I kind of wish I could go back to some of the cosplayers that I saw when I was younger and be like, you know, the cosplayers that you were doing really helped me feel more confident as well. 10 out of 10. But yeah, like I think cosplays made me feel a lot more body confident in general. I've heard this from a lot of people as well. A lot of people really, as well, especially in communities where they don't necessarily identify as their birth gender, cosplay is a really good way of expressing that initially in a safe space where like there is less judgment. And yeah, I've heard a lot of stories of people who start cosplaying as maybe the opposite of their assigned gender, and it's really helped them, you know, come out and feel more confident. Whether that be as you know, a non-binary or trans person. For me, that wasn't the case. It was just coming to terms with my own body, because I've never identified in another way. I've just been incredibly embarrassed. But yeah, when you said, oh yeah, I'm older than you think. Sorry. I'm an old bean. Oh dear. And a couple of guys asked me if I drinks when I was 14 in front of my mother, who told my age, and they turned out they thought I was older. Yeah, so the first time that I was groped at a convention, I was 16, and there is no doubt in my mind that they thought I was older, but I was not. I was young. But again, like, it just further cements the fact that you have to cover up and hide everything, where it shouldn't be like that. Male and females don't have much of the external source of awkwardness. One should dress whatever way they feel good and not worry about other things. As long as they're not breaking any laws, yeah. As long as you're not breaking any laws, yes. Oh yeah, I'm an older being. Older. I have one of those voices, I think, which will sound young until I'm old, and then I'm gonna immediately, at some point it's gonna switch and I'm gonna go straight to grandma, and I can't wait. Sounds actually confident in a way that is more acceptable and time limited. location fashion, a trial run for being badass. But I feel badass in the way that I dress right now. I think not everyone, like, feeling badass is different to every person, right? For me, I put on my dungarees with my colorful socks and my massive cardigan, and I feel badass. That's what I've always wanted to look like, I think. I think there's like a lot of pressure that you look like, I don't know how to explain this in particular, but when I was like in my young 20s, I was like, this is the best I'm ever gonna look, and I will never look better than this, and I don't feel confident. I hate it. I hate how I look a lot of the time, and I feel really self-conscious all the time, right? I really like get down on myself because I was like, I'm in early 20s. This is the best that I should look. I should be feeling my most confident right now. I definitely feel more confident now, and I also think I look better than I did. Like, when I look at pictures when I was like 20, I'm like, that's a self-conscious, awkward bean. Whereas when I look at pictures of me now, I'm like, I look happy. I look happy in photos. I look a lot better. Heck yeah. I think it shows. Even if we pose exactly the same way, like, I look so much happier now in photos than I did when I was like 20. Oh dear. Except for like one or two. I have a couple of photos I like from that time. But again, those are times normally when I'm with friends, and you can tell that I'm a lot more confident around my friend group. I'm very lucky that I had a pretty diverse friend group when it came to gender identity and sexuality. And so, like, a lot of my friends were a lot more open than I was at the time, and being around them also really helped. Oh dear. I was saying cosplay helped me get there because you get to have like a trial, yeah, in like a safe space where there's a lot less judgment. Yeah, it's good. Like, cosplay is so good for that sort of thing. Like, obviously that's not going to be it for everyone, but for a lot of people it's like, it's great. And for me, like, the big turnaround was doing Madoka. I was still really, really self-conscious in Madoka because, again, like, how to put it? Madoka Magica is a series I love, and that I decided like a long time ago that I didn't have the figure to do because I had a very, very curvy figure, and the characters in Madoka are a bit younger, so I was like, I can't cosplay from Madoka because I have a curvy figure and people are gonna think that I'm being weird or I'm doing something creepy, and it's like, I just want to cosplay these characters, but I can't do that. And I ended up making it anyway, and after that I just felt a lot more confident, if that makes sense, because I was like, everyone knew who I was, nobody made me weird comments, and everyone was just happy to see the character, and I was like, oh, nobody cares. Oh, okay, everyone's chill, cool, well, I guess that's good, I'm happy then. Oh dear. And the same was when I was cosplaying male characters. Like, literally nobody cared. When I cosplayed Jim Carrey's The Mask, I had so much good positive feedback because people were just happy to see the character, right? And like, yeah, good times, happy days. Realized it really didn't matter what I looked like, I was happy. Oh dear. I think I look better too, much happier, yeah. Whenever I see myself in pictures, I'm like, damn, that person looks so much happier than they did. Also awkward. I'm still not very good at taking photos, to be honest, but like when I see pictures of myself generally, and especially with stream when it's on video, it's like, yeah, I look a lot more confident than I used to. Happy days. Excuse me. Sorry, I had to scream. My friend's daughter wanted to go to a con and dress up, so we both took her, and she was in the queue to get a photo with another cosplayer. Fully grown man taking photos up his skirt. And a warning and told us, that's actually against the law. So their laws have changed, unless this happened. So if this happened in the UK within the last like 6 years, that's actually, so because of instances like that, they actually took that to court in Scotland, and it became fully against the law in England as well. I want to say in like 2012, 2013 maybe. So actually, yeah, nearly 10 years ago. So if you ever see someone taking pictures up someone's skirt, you can actually report them to the police, because that is now, I think it counts as a type of sexual harassment or assault. I can't remember which one it goes down as, but it is a crime, and you can be committed to jail for that. So yes, if you ever see it, obviously, yeah, Nia says spent the day in handcuffs. Good. Oh no, you spent the day in, oh dear. Yeah, it's 100% illegal. You didn't used to be. When I first went to my first conventions in the UK, it actually wasn't illegal. But they changed the laws so that it is now. Because originally, You could ask them to delete the photos, but what they were doing was technically not against the law because there was no law covering it. And then it happened a lot at festivals as well as conventions, and a lot of people just came forward and were like, then this needs to change. It changed in Scotland before it changed in the rest of the UK. I remember that because Scotland put the law in first. And then yes, you normally have at conventions these days police walking throughout the conventions, especially at big ones. You can just be like that person with the camera, that person. Oh, also conventions have changed their rules on photographers too, which really is a good thing. So they basically, you can't take a photo, like a camera into, like a big camera into conventions in the UK now, like bigger ones. Maybe smaller ones is different, but bigger ones you can't without having a photographer pass. And that is because the convention screens every single photographer that goes to the event to make sure they don't have a history of doing stuff like that. Because if they do, they'll be banned from the event. So things have gotten better where they have put more things in place so that that sort of stuff doesn't happen. And because they now have active police at most of these events, you can now normally, you know, sort it out at the event. And I've seen that happen, and it normally goes down pretty well. It's unfortunate that it still happens, but you know. Eating out of them. The microphone saver biz. Guesses have big sight that makes it seem younger. You talk like you have a lot to say. It is true. I have a lot to say. I'm very chatty. Seriously, yo, UK. Yeah, I know, it's a very recent law change for us. It's one that I actually signed against. So I was one of the people that helped protest it very smallly. I wasn't one of the people going to court about it, but I signed all of the stuff and I shared it around to a lot of cosplay friends back in the day. Oh, old times. Oh, back from the shop. I gave a lift to my old neighbour in the car. He said, to be honest with you, I don't actually need anything. So I just wanted to talk to. Oh, that's lovely. I hate that happens so often though, that like the elderly generation do just get left on their own so much. Yeah. About to ask you, what if it's a proper photographer? So we do a police walking around the event. If you do see it, you report it to the police that are walking around the event. That is the advice that I will give. It is the best advice I can give because I can't advise you to get into a scuffle as a Twitch streamer. That is not safe for me, nor is it safe for you. I do not advise taking it into your own hands. I advise, because at the end of the day, sometimes it can also mean that the person doing it can get off the hook because you assaulted them. So unfortunately, the best thing to do is to tell the police that are walking around the event so that you don't accidentally ruin the case and make it so that person can come back in again. Don't make the person a victim ever, because it means that unfortunately sometimes it doesn't go through. If you can avoid it, obviously in self-defense that's a little different, but yeah, if you can avoid making the person that you're trying to get arrested a victim, yeah, it is unfortunate, but yeah. Probably want to get a record to try to resist, but no one's going to blame you. Chatty in a very good way. Don't know if that came across. No, it's okay. I get it. Like, it's the reason that I've enjoyed working in retail as much as I have, because, like, honestly, retail is not a fun place to work, but if you like chatting to people, retail's pretty good. And, like, most of the retail jobs I've taken have been pretty personable in that you do talk to people a lot, and that suits me. I like that. I like talking to people. So yeah, get them kicked out, follow them up and beat the shit out of them. Yeah, this is the thing. Well, no, because they won't get kicked out though, Cicada. They will actually get full on arrested most of the time, unfortunately. So you'll have to wait until they're released from jail and then kick the shit out. There's an order to these things. You have to get them arrested and then wait for them to be released and then no, of course, as a Twitch streamer, I do not recommend that. But if you were looking for the order, it would be that. But I don't recommend it because I'm a Twitch streamer. And I don't recommend violence. You get them arrested first. Oh dear. That's right, that's why I hated retail. You have to, like, honestly, it's so chatty and you have to get ready to chat about what they want to talk about all the time. But at the end of the day, honestly, if somebody else wants to hold a conversation with me, I will hold a conversation with them. I like chatting. I am the person, who was it that described me as? I'm the person who comes up to the bus stop and says, nice weather we're having, and it's like, no! Stop talking to me, stranger on the streets. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm a shitty person. I'm mainly just a pain in the ass. Oh dear. I wish I could chat a bit more at work, but the counter is always busy, so I can't talk that much. Yeah, no, I get where you're coming from. Like, when things get really busy, you can't, like, give as much personal attention to each person. And that's always a bit sad, because you want to know what people are up to and how they're doing and stuff like that. But yeah, sometimes it's busy and you can't do that. I try, especially with bra fitting, though, you do normally get at least like 10 minutes with them. But yeah, sometimes you do have to rush through a little bit. Not my favorite. Got out of jail, now it's for the hospital. Yeah. See, there's an order for things. This way you get everything. You get the best of every world. But once again, I do not endorse violence, and I think violence is bad. As I am a Twitch streamer. I'm just saying that if you were looking for the order, you would want to have them properly arrested first, without yourself being in any way implemented, which would be the best way of doing that is to report them to the police that will be walking around the convention. Even small conventions these days do tend to, at the very least, have police there. So there is normally someone that you can tell who can immediately have them arrested. Yes. As a Twitch streamer, you want to get them arrested first, okay? And then come back for the rest of it. Oh dear. Working as a barman in nightclubs was a funny experience, having men and women offering sexual favors. Really? That happened a lot? Or so nobody ever offered me sexual favors for a free bra fitting. What the heck? What the heck? Why not? Why? Well, now I feel discriminated against. What the hell? Why are they asking you but they're not asking me? Oi. Oh dear. I get so mad we don't pay attention to them, but like, I'd love to, but I'm busy. Like, read the room a little bit. I am rushed off my feet. Yeah, I will say most people didn't notice too much if we had to be quite busy with them. Like, if we had to like rush through, but people did sometimes appreciate it when we could spend more time with them. So I was quite lucky in that we didn't so often have people complain. Oh, we did get that. Is there anywhere else I can pay? No. This is the one till. You can tell this by the layout of our store. No. Is there anywhere else I can pay? No, you can shoplift or you can stand still. That's about it. Sorry. Speaking of shoplifting, I witnessed someone shoplifting the other day. I honestly have not seen such a bull. First of all, I don't snitch. I'm not a snitcher. I don't work in the store. You ain't seen me snitching. The only time where I did ever have to snitch, unfortunately, was if somebody watched me watch somebody else shoplift, and then it's like, I guess I have to say something, huh? I don't want to lose my job over this. But yeah, no, when I don't work there, if I see you shoplifting, I ain't snitching. But I watched somebody the other day, and genuinely, I am so surprised they got away with it, because so basically, it was like this large lad, like, he was carrying, the cardboard crates of beer? Like when they come in like the cardboard box kind of. So he had like 3 of those. He had 2 of them on one arm and like 1 of them under the other. And he was waiting at the self-service checkout and he was right in front of me. So there was quite a line for the self-service, but we were, waiting and it was kind of hot. And he just looked and he was like, nah. And then he just walked out the store. He just was like, don't fancy, I'm just gonna leave. And he just left with these 3 crates of beer and I was like, oh. The balls! Oh my god, like, Jesus Christ. Like, I was watching because I was like, is he gonna get away with that actually? Like, there were so many store staff now between him and the door, and like, people looked at him, but no one stopped him, and I was like, fair? I guess he just left with what I can assume to be, if I had to guess, there were like 8 beers in each crate, maybe? Or maybe, wait, were they 8? No, they must have been 8. I think he had 24 cans of beer. Maybe. I'm assuming there was 8. I don't know. I don't normally buy beer like that, so I'm not exactly sure how many was in there, but they were big. They were big. Oh dear, hilarious. There are plenty of non-chatty people like me who just vibe the energy. Chat with me at the bus stop. That'll make my day. Yeah, I don't normally always initiate the conversation because I feel a bit bad because I know there are people that really don't like those conversations. But if somebody gives me the smallest indication that they want to talk, I'm like, I'm there. Like, all you have to be like is like, bus has been a bit late today, and I'm like, I'm ready. Let's have a full-on conversation about the bus schedules and the recent strikes and all that kind of thing. Let's go. But like, I normally need someone to like say a little something first, just because otherwise I'm like, I don't want to be that guy who's like making your bus journey uncomfortable, you know? So like, give me like a little something, then I'll start talking. Most people always nice that I can help them in chat, but yeah, I'd say like 99, it's one of those things, isn't it? 99% of the people that you talk to are lovely, but the interactions you remember are the ones where someone says something horrible. Although actually no, I do remember a few really nice interactions. Quite often, if we've had like a specifically very emotional fit, again, I worked with a lot of people going through breast cancer or like various stages of cancer, so a lot of the times people were like a little bit more emotional, and you know, if somebody had a bit of an incident, for instance, we had often people fainting, getting very lightheaded, especially if they're still going through chemo and stuff like that, or they're in recovery. Like, people would have like a bad turn sometimes, and like we always did our absolute best, like to get them somewhere private, to get them first aid if they wanted it, to provide them with like water and something cold. You know, we were in a pretty good routine of it because it happened so regularly. And whenever, like, often when that kind of stuff would happen, they'd come back in afterwards and they'd give us like cake and sweets, and it's like, you don't need to do that, this is like what we just do. But like so often they'd be like, no, thank you so much for keeping it private, I get really embarrassed when I faint in public. And it was like, so they'd come in and they'd like bake us a cake or something, and I'd be like, oh my god, oh my god, you did not have to come and bake us a cake. People, like, we had some really, 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 like, overly sweet people come in, where it's like, we're just retail workers, you don't need to do that for us. We all, like, quite often people would come in, they just feed us. And the thing is, because we have to keep it a sanitary environment, we're actually not allowed to eat on the job. Again, we have people that are immunocompromised, we have to be quite careful. So, like, it'd always go to one of the back rooms and people would have it on their break. But it was so sweet. Like, oh my god. So nice. Thank you. Very heckin' kind. Oh dear. Hell yeah. If it wasn't a crate, chances are I was 24. I was wondering that. I was wondering if they would maybe double stacked in there. Like, I'm not sure. Maybe if I go in next time, I'll go have a little look. Because, like, I remember, like, about the size he was carrying. So I could probably go back and check. I cannot. Yeah, see, there are lots of people that really can't stand people talking to them. I was like, I don't want to be that person who initiates the conversation. But if you start a conversation with me, then I will talk your ear off happily. Hell yeah. That's so nice. Yeah, we did have, like, don't get me wrong, I remember a lot of really negative interactions as well, because, like, you do remember those days, I think. But, like, I don't know, there were some really, really sweet ones. They were the ones that, like, really made, like, it felt like what we were doing was more worthwhile. And so, yeah, I do also remember those very, very fondly. Yes. Fond memories of those. It was lovely when you saw the same people over and over again, and you could, like, see how they were doing and if they were getting any better. Like, sometimes we had women come in and specifically tell us that their cancer it's gone into remission, and it'd be like, oh, yay! Oh my god, are you celebrating? I hope you have a good celebration. Like, it was so nice. Like, because you would talk to the same people over and over again, you'd get like little snippets of good news, and they'd be like, oh my god, I'm so happy for you, hell yeah. Or like, we'd have people who'd come in for bra fittings, and they'd mention like, oh yeah, I'm really hoping to get pregnant, we'll see, like, I hope, giving it a go. And then, like, they'd be coming in a few times and they still hadn't got pregnant, and it was like, oh no, I really hope it happens for them. And then they'd come in and they'd be pregnant, and they'd be like, oh my god, let us do your maternity fitting, yes. And it was like really nice. Like, those kind of things are also so wholesome every time. Oh my god, it's a Bonnie! Oh my god, Bonnie, good morning! How was your stream? What did you get up to today? I hope that it was good. We're talking about, like, positive and negative interactions in, like, retail. I'm kind of going over a few of the really nice ones right now, though. I hope your stream was good, though. Welcome on in. If you see I have headphones and it's still... Oh, yeah, this is the thing. When somebody has headset in, I avoid. I get you. Listen, you're sending clear signals that you don't want to be talked to, and I will read those signals and not talk to you, don't worry. That's a silent heck. Oh dear. Oh, you did some patchwork. How's it going? Are you enjoying it? Is it nice and therapeutic? Also, I don't know if you're on the same side of the world as me, but how are you handling crafting in the heat? I'll be honest, I feel like I've gotten a little less productive since it got hot. If I had to guess. I feel like it's gotten kind of hot the last week and my productivity has gone whee! It's just too warm. It's too warm. I'll do computer work, but I don't want to do like the fabric work because it's too warm. Ah, dear. I think probably it's about time that I like scout out to see wherever the fan is. We do have fans, but they're kind of in storage. But I do think it might be time to get the fans out. Oh, I'm very excited how the store is going to look soon. It's basically going to be cleared up. Oh, we're going to have new registers? Nice. Are they going to make it a bit easier? Or no? I'm loving it. Oh my god, the heat! I can't sleep properly. And my car, yeah! Like the craft room here is really hot as well. So like, I can go for like a couple hours and then like, I would say at about like 2 to 3 hours, it just starts hitting. I can probably get the thing, I can let you know actually. If you're cool with it, I can go tell you how hot it is because it gets really warm in this room. It's not unbearable right now. Actually, I'm really curious. 2 seconds. I'm gonna run and grab it. It's literally in the next room. I'll be 2 secs. Otherwise, we don't really get cold air coming without a breeze. Alright, bye! Sorry, I literally never stop talking. It's like I leave the room, I talk. I come back into the room, I talk. Okay, so I need to have it on... It's 29. Can you see it? No? Can you see that? Oh god. Ugh. Nope, it's disappeared now. God damn it, I can do it again. Okay, really quickly. 29.8 Celsius in this room right now. Sorry, it's only on there for like a second. So like, yeah, it's not that hot because outside it's only 23 degrees, but it's always like 5 or 6 degrees hotter in this room. So it's gonna hit 30 soon. And I think it's probably when it hits 30, that's when I start struggling with streaming. If I had to guess. That's part of the reason I've been ending stream a little bit earlier recently, because it's like, it's just really hot. I don't know what to say. I'm toasty. I would like to think though that I'm kind of like training for putting this cosplay on in a couple days. We also have a self-scan one. Oh yeah, self-scan is really good. Takes a lot of the pressure off you, to be fair. Obviously they do break down sometimes, but they're still so good. I hope you get one too. Also, Bonnie, I should say, speaking of heat, if you need to go, leave your craft room. If you need to go get some drink, get some hydration, please do. As much as you're very, very welcome here, like totally get it. Look after yourself. I work for PetSmart. Oh, PetSmart, okay. Many years ago, a little boy just got his first dog came in the post to buy the puppy new toy bed. Obviously, to bite and chew a lot of the toys. The parents told the boy they couldn't afford to buy the stuff they wanted because they had to pay for all the stuff the dog damaged. The little boy broke down. I told him, don't worry, I'll mark it. Oh, bless you. See, it's like interactions like that where you can make like actually improve someone's day. I think it like having that kind of that feeling of recognition of actually helping someone makes a job so much better. Because they were the best days in my jobs as well. The days where I felt like I had a positive impact on someone, it makes a huge difference. Hell yeah. Like we did that often, like, to be honest, for women who are breastfeeding. A lot of women could only afford to get like one set of bras, and we would sometimes just throw in like an extra one or something. Because like, it's just one of those like human things where it's like, you feel like less than human if you don't have the basic stuff. And like, it does suck having to buy like a whole set of bras to go through pregnancy, especially when you're breastfeeding. You're already paying for a lot more because you have a new baby in the house. A lot of women don't prioritize themselves in that time, and they're like, I can get by with one bra, I just won't leave the house. And it's like, that's not quality of life. Like, I understand why you're making those sacrifices, but at the same time, if we can do anything to prevent that, like, we will. And yeah, we were in a lucky position where because of some of the stuff we do, we'd get like a lot of extra bras that weren't necessarily for the sale floor, but they were like from what would you call it? Promotions, X promotions. So they weren't on the shop floor because they were X promotional bras, and you could just sort of throw those in. Just like your manager know, and they'd normally be fine with it, and you just like, yeah, I chucked that in for you. An extra bra in your size. Dear. I'm gonna lurk. Oh no, yeah, do it. Honestly, cool down. I've literally got a cup of tea. It's 30 degrees. Also, what's happening with my screen? Do you see that? Are you guys seeing any like screen glitching? Or is it on my end? Weird. I feel like I saw something. It's difficult. It might just be my eyes. I think that you. Oh God, are you not? Oh no! The heat, it's got me. I'm hallucinating again. I swear, I swear I saw something, like something flickering or something on the screen. Oh no! Oh no! Heck! Oh well, it's fine. It's fine. Oh dear. It's not unbearably hot just yet. I mean, it's getting there, and I am feeling toasty, but I can manage at this heat. But it's gonna get hotter, and then I think I'll have to stop. I hope it's nothing bad. What type of tea are you drinking? What type of mushroom tea? Tea made of pure mushrooms. No, I'm drinking biscuit tea. I'm a fan. I just like it. It's just got like a biscuity taste to it, and I really like it. And then I've also got squash as well. So I'm not just drinking tea. I also have my secret squash. One side. Ah, delicious. So yes, don't worry. I have plenty of liquids. Oh dear, biscuit tea, what the heck? Oh, it's Yorkshire biscuit tea. So you know Yorkshire tea, the fancy tea, the expensive one. Yorkshire tea to a biscuit tea. And the biscuit tea, it's basically like English breakfast tea, but it tastes like you've recently dunked a biscuit in it. So it's just got like a slight aftertaste of like you've had a biscuit dunked in your tea. So it's not specifically sweet or anything, but it's just a bit biscuity. And I really like it. 10 out of 10, it is my favorite tea. Other than maybe like a good masala chai. But like, I'd say like it's my go-to tea, even if it's not always my favorite tea. Oh, love it. Ew, you're ew. My tea is delicious. Oh dear. One does not simply drink tea. One savours tea, one enjoys tea, one appreciates tea. Yes, I do all of those. Even if it is, yeah, like in a minute it will go over 30 because obviously like it probably cooled down a little bit when I opened the door to leave because it is colder outside this room. Any minute now I'm expecting it to go over 30. Oh god. Hell yeah. Hardcore sewing stream. As the temperature rises, can Jelly finish her sequining? No. No way. Tea to me tastes like dirty dishwasher, coffee, black, no sugar. Oh, I do like a black coffee as well. It's just because mainly because I like coffee with no milk alternatives in it. So like I prefer black coffee because it doesn't have milk alternatives. I can do soy milk. It's all right. Weirdly, everyone loves oat milk, but oat milk I think it's just not for me. I like it in porridge. That's about it though. Always a time for tea. Hell yeah. Ah, dear. Yeah, no, it is toasty. It is toasty. I will say, where's my mirror? Where's my mirror? I feel like I'm not actually sweating that much. I've been really sweaty the last couple days, but... Oh yeah, like I barely am shining. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I'm acclimatizing. Acclimatizing to the heat. Oh dear, yeah, because the last couple of streams I've been proper sweaty when I finished stream, but today, not so bad. Oh dear. I'm wearing the Raven Queen cosplay next week and Luna, please look after yourself. Oh my god, I am there with you. I'm also wearing a very hot costume in about the same temperature, to be fair. So we'll both suffer together. It's just a cosplayer thing to do, isn't it? It's like, hot day of the year, let me bring out my winter costumes. Hell yeah. I'm here to suffer. Oh, dearie me. Heck yeah. Like, I kind of wish I could show you the picture, but like, I'm actually not even that sweaty. Thing is, I also haven't brushed my hair, and I'm also like not wearing a bra, so it's not worth actually showing myself on Twitch. I think I'd get, I don't know what the banning criteria is, unfortunately, for like various states of undress, but I think it's not worth the risk. Oh dear. Ugh. There we go. Want to go to the workshop to turn some bowls. 42? 42? Oh no, that's not, you'll die. I think that's you die kind of weather. Oh my god. Heck, that sucks though. To be fair, we've also been thinking about like air conditioning and stuff like that and whether that's gonna be a way because, you know, It does kind of suck that it does get so hot in these small rooms in UK buildings because they keep the heat in and stuff. Oh dear. Willow, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. I'm making the collector from the Owl House, but I am doing a reimagined version. So the original is him. The reimagined one is the one next to me over there. And we're doing it as if they are in the 16th century. So what I'm currently doing is making all of this smocking in the 2 different colors and then decorating it. So we have all these strips of smocking that I'm going to use as like the shoulder poofs. But these take a really, really long time. So we're getting all of these out of the way first because they take like between 15 to 25 hours each. So already this is like several hundred hours of work. Smocking is the process of knotting, tying, and manipulating fabric to create patterns. So in this particular case, the smocking is like, you can kind of see like on the back, oops, sorry, I'm gonna lift it up high for you. You can see all of the knot work and stuff like that, but then it gives this effect on the front. It's like a really nice, neat sort of pattern. It's a really, really slow process. It takes a really, really long time, but it's very traditional. It's all done by hand, and it's actually not that difficult. It's just time consuming. So like, if you're actually a relatively new sewer and you wanted to add this kind of detail, you definitely could. You just need like a spare 20 hours or something. Because I did smocking for the first time in December, so it's like, I am very, very new to it. It's just pattern work. Like, once you get the pattern down, you're fine. You just do the same thing over and over and over and over again. See, it's like my Johnson. See, cosplayers are hardcore. Like, everyone's like, oh, cosplay, dress around, be silly for a couple hours. No. Cosplayers hardcore. Like, wearing these massively hot outfits in the middle of the summer. Oof. How often do we get summer like this to warrant, get weather like this to warrant AC unit? Well, actually, it depends, I guess, because this room has been hitting 30 for about a month now, and it will probably be hitting 30 degrees per stream for like, I want to say, until maybe August. No, probably till September, right? So there is like a solid, I want to say 5 months of the year where we could potentially use it. The other thing for me particularly, I have HS, which we don't talk about a lot, and I don't want to talk about it a lot, but it's a condition that is specifically triggered by overheating, and like sweating a lot. So for me personally, it would actually be to my health benefit, which would be nice, because then I don't have to have as many flare-ups, which would be good. I'd like that a lot. Screw HS. Screw the hot disease. I'm like, not hot as in sexy, hot as in heat. Oh dear. Wales normally only has 2 types of weather, rain and heavy rain. I can't see the words heavy rain without being like, Jason! That game has ruined just the word combination of heavy rain. Every weather broadcast forever has been ruined by that game. I'm like, expect heavy rain. Jason! Oh dear. It's been ruined for like 10 years as well. It's been so long since I've been able to look at the weather forecast the same way. Me too, yeah. Oh, gotta go. Good luck. Have fun at the fabric shop and good luck with your button shopping. I hope that it goes well. By the way, if any of you guys haven't met Anime Boy Stars before, very, very talented cosplayer on Twitch. They've actually been making a cosplay from Genshin Impact called Venti. They've been doing like most of the steps on Twitch, so you can kind of see it from start to finish. It's a very impressive process. It's been taking a long time. It's got a lot of very detailed and difficult techniques in it, but if you are interested in makers and crafting on Twitch, definitely check them out. They're very good. Oh dear. Or if you're interested in Genshin Impact, to be fair, that'd be another reason. Go shout out back, yee, excited, good luck, get your good buttons. You're crocheting right now, what are you crocheting? I do some crochet, but my crochet is really specific. I am good at like one thing in crochet, and it's lace. I do crocheted lace and like crochet lace doilies. and like that's it. I've been really trying to get into like making plushies with crochet because I really want to, and I just can't. I don't know why. My brain is not like, I've been trying, people will know I've been complaining about this all year, that I've been trying really hard to get into crocheting plushies and my brain just is not computing it. Like, I can do lace easy peasy. Like, I can whack that out, but as soon as it gets to making a plushie, I can't do it. I don't know why. My brain and my hands just don't match up. Do I have any of the lace to hand that I could show you? Oh, there's my white. Hell yeah, I've been looking for that. Oh dear. Oh, I don't know if I have any immediately to hand, unfortunately. I have been trying to look after it better, so it kind of makes sense that I don't have any of it to hand because I probably put it away. Oh, actually there might be, if I move my gesso. Have my gesso pot. My absolutely massive gesso pot. And we don't really need the bobbins right now, do we? Do I have one in this book? Because I did stick one to a piece of paper. Is it in here? Is it in here still? Oh no. Oh, there it is. Oh dear. Sorry, it just like swooped out there. It is here, it turns out. Where did I put that? There we go. So this is like not a very good example because it's not connected, but these are the two pieces of lace that I'm joining together so that I have the sun and the moon. So it's like one then the other, one then the other, with a little connecting stitch. This is for my build book so that it breaks it down for people that are judging it later, which is why I have them attached to like a piece of card. But like, this is the kind of crochet that I do. It's like silly lacy things. Yeah. Fun. I like it. But plushies, brain does not compute. Can't do it. Been trying for months. I can barely do a magic circle, honestly. It's embarrassing. Crochet a peach plushie and a see, I wanna be able to do that. Oh my god, that's very heckin' impressive. Also, Lexi, thank you for the lurk. Take care of yourself. I hope you have a lovely day. I wanna be able to do a Totoro plushie. And I wanna be able to do a peach and make a cow and a frog and a whale. I wanna be able to do all of those, but my brain just, I don't know. I guess that's kind of how it goes though, like everyone's brain is wired in different ways. I guess my brain in particular just struggles with that process. Like it just can't, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's 3D and that's why I'm struggling. I'm not sure, but I've been trying and I've been speaking to people have been helping me out and I feel like I'm a lost cause. Like, it's just not clicking. Maybe at some point I just have to try a bit harder and it will click. But in the meantime, it's not clicking. I can do scarves. I would like to get more into crocheting clothing because, like, honestly, why not? Why not? It sounds fun. And I already do the kind of stitches that I'd need to do to make the clothing. So I would like to do that at some point. I just don't know if I'm ever going to be able to do plushie crafting. Like, actually, it's just like, it's a forbidden craft. Try and get to your nearest craft room and buy a crocheting book. Do I have it nearby? No, I don't. I was gonna say I have like a learn to crochet book, but it's more for like granny squares and stuff, which I'll be honest, I haven't really. I probably need a more specific one for plushes because yeah, the one that I've got, it's like, it's great if I wanted to make a granny square blanket, but it's not. That's not really what I want to do. I think I've just got the wrong book. I think I've got the wrong book. Oh dear. I did see that there was a knit and natter, but it's I think I'd need to be able to drive to get there. But I did see a post from like a local knit and natter and I was like, oh man. You know, I would actually totally go, because first of all, I don't stop talking. I would definitely be good at the nattering part, but it'd be nice to go and do some crochet with other people. And it'd also mean if I was making any obvious mistakes, like someone could just quickly correct me, which would be really good. I think that'd be really useful. But yeah, it's like I love living remote because it's quiet and not too much happens and it's like a pretty chill area. But like the downside of living remote then is that you do kind of need a car to get to everything. So yeah, I would like to go there, but I think we need a car first, unfortunately. It's a bit far away for me to walk. I've actually crocheted tote bags. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, I could crochet a tote bag. God, it's like I had this with sewing as well. Like at some point your eyes just kind of, it feels like your eyes open and you realize just how much you can do. Yeah, I could definitely do that. That'd be really cool. I needed curtains? Oh my god. You crocheted a curtain? Heck. Oh dear. I tried sewing once, had an item I was working my lap for about 20 minutes, wanted to show the wife my progress, to find I had sewn the to my sweatpants. I don't, you are not alone. I have also, there's one of my sweatpants, I accidentally sewed the knee, because I was using the knee to like push out a circle kind of the fabric, and I sewed my knee to it, and so instead of undoing the stitching, I literally ripped a hole in my sweatpants. I was like, I'm not restitching this. Sorry, sweatpants. I still have them. I still wear them. They just got a hole on the knee. Yeah, there's a couple of items of clothing. They have these, they're kind of obvious. They have these really, really tiny holes in them, like really small, where it's just, I've ripped a stitch out of it because like I've accidentally stitched into myself. I will say I haven't had too much problems with the sewing machine. I know a lot of people accidentally sew their sleeves into the sewing machine. I've been pretty good with that. But yeah, hand stitching, I've caught myself a couple of times. Upside of living remote, nothing really happens. Downside, nothing really happens. You're not wrong. Oh dear. A jelly car GoFundMe. Oh no, we can get a car, I think, at some point, because we'll just pay for it month by month, right? So that's not too bad. The thing is, getting a car that is... Okay, so how to explain? I didn't realize this was a problem. So it turns out if you're taller than usual, it's really hard to find a small car that you fit in. Also, Willow, thank you so much for the follow. That's very heckin' kind of you. So I live with someone who is between 6'3", 6'4", really. And we didn't realize that he wasn't gonna fit in the small cars. So yeah, we need to look again and double check and look at some other vehicles at some point, because like I didn't realize that was a problem, but apparently it is. Oh yeah, we have all of our Pride emotes right now, Willow. Heck yeah. Although they'll go away for a month in July, and then they're gonna come back for August, because that's when we celebrate Pride. That's when our Pride parade and everything is. I moved from a remote place to a pretty central area, and I miss driving a car, honestly. I would love to learn to drive one day, but I am not allowed to right now, because you need a few things. One, I need to have not had like the collapsing stuff happening for a while, which I think I'm getting pretty close. I'll have to double check, but I think I'm getting pretty close with that. The issue that I have is you have to be able to like read the number plate of the car in front of you, and I can if I don't look straight forward, because my visual issues are like in the center of my vision. So if I'm not looking straight forward, I can read it. The problem is you can't do that in the test. You can't like look out the corner of your eye. So yeah, I have to wait for that to be fixed, and then hopefully. Wait, you have Pride emotes too? Oh my god. Look at those. Oh, they're so cute. I like the poop. I feel like the rainbow poop one. I like the poop. I was gonna say that's my favorite one as well. That's definitely the most unique. We just took our regular emotes and like we added, well, there's a couple that have like slightly different bits, but like we just added elements of different pride flags on them. Some of them are just the standard rainbow, but like they've got like some of them, like the high one is the bi flag. We have, you know, non-binary is the egg. It's like I've tried to incorporate certain flag colors into certain emotes. Yes. I need a Vita thing. Hee, Pokemon in. Honestly, relatable. I needed one too. You're dying of Howard. Say, actually, do you want to see if it's hit 30 yet? Okay, guesses. Do you think what do you guys think the temperature in here is? Oh god, did I do that really, really wrong? I did. Ooh. Oh no. I didn't. I just did that. Okay, it's fine. You got 31, we got 25. Anyone else want to guess? I'm gonna do it. Oh dear. This is just a regular high-ended rainbow colors too, but yours are double 41. I think I would have died at that point. All right, let's give this a go. 42, yeah, that's better. That's a much better temperature. Oh, wait, really? It's gone down. I'm gonna double check. Yeah. So I don't know if I can show this to you. 29.4. 29.4. So who would that be? It's between, I think purple still wins. But yeah, it actually went down from last time. Oof. It was 29.8. Just for reference for people that weren't here earlier. Outside's 49. Oh god. You got to feel it? No. I think my body temperature is fine. I can double check. This does that as well. It's a room reader, but it also does. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm like 36.8 every day. Hell yeah. Good body temperature right there. I don't have a fever, but the outside world is hot. Yeah, it gets really, really hot in the stream room as well, because this is a really small room and it doesn't have like, while it does have a window, it's not a good window for like getting any airflow into the house. So it's like, unless it's particularly windy, it's not a very useful window for cooling the room down. And because when I'm streaming, my computer gets a lot hotter than usual, because, you know, it's doing the VTuber, which is technically a game, it's streaming, it's capturing 3 cameras, you know, all that kind of stuff. It does heat it up in here quite a bit. Yeah, because it doesn't get as hot on days that I don't stream. It still gets hot, but not as hot. There we go. We're just adding all of our sequins in again. I need to have another drink, to be fair. Ooh. Please excuse me pinging. When I used to with the body temperature of 39.8. Oh my god, no. Do not worry. I'm a safe temperature right now. Hell yeah, enjoy your crochet. I hope that it goes well. Oh, yeah, it sounds pretty relaxing. I like that. Oh dear, very nice. All right, we'll go for a little bit longer. I am starting to get a little bit of heat fatigue, unfortunately. But I want to try and hit the 3-hour mark. Oh my god, there goes the voice. Excuse me. That has nothing to do with the heat, to be fair. Oh dear. Yeah, I wanna try and get to 3 hours, and then I'll probably take a bit of a break from the craft room. I just, you know, to be fair, I would like to be able to go for a little bit longer, but I think 3 hours is a good for a while it's getting so hot, you know? Oh, so thank you for the hydrate. Instead of drinking my tea, which I will move to the other desk since that is finished now, I will have some my squash. Hell yeah. If you're feeling oh no, don't worry. I'm alright right now. The thing is, for me, it's not, what do you call it? I'll feel fine, and then I want to make sure that I don't get ill later. Yeah. So I don't feel iffy right now. The thing is, I think there's probably a science to this that I just don't know, but I feel like there must be something with streaming, like maybe adrenaline or something, because like when I'm streaming, like I have to be pretty ill to feel ill when I'm streaming. Like I have to get pretty rough, because like I just don't notice. Like while I'm streaming, I just don't notice if I don't feel well, and I don't know what that is. But yeah, no, it's normally like I want to make sure that I don't get too tired immediately after streaming. But yeah, it's like afterwards I always have this like wave of fatigue where I'm like, whoa. It's probably because of talking non-stop for several hours, even though it's something that I enjoy. That probably is like a little bit tiring. So like maybe I don't notice it while I'm live because I'm having a good time, but like afterwards I notice it. I don't know. But I don't feel it while I'm live. I do feel it afterwards though. Unless I'm doing a particularly long stream. Then sometimes I'll feel a bit tired in the stream. But I normally, you know, ups and downs of energy. That being said, I really don't know how people go for like 12 hours consistently. Like 12 hours would be like a special stream for me. Like that I do like once every now and again. Like when we do like challenge streams and stuff like that. That's when I would do a 12-hour stream. But like, that's the thing, is because like, I think it's a challenge. Like I think 12 hours is a long time to go for. And you need pretty good organization and planning and all that kind of stuff. That's hard. But some people go for like 12 hours like nearly every single week. And it's like, what? How are you doing that? Tell me your secrets. I need to know. How do you keep your energy up for 12 hours straight? Maybe it's like energy drinks. And maybe there is another reason actually, because like I'll be honest, I don't really drink caffeinated stuff a lot, and also I don't drink energy drinks. So maybe if I had more sugar and caffeine, I would feel more awake actually. But the problem is I get like, okay, so because I don't have fizzy drinks or sugary drinks very often, whenever I do have them, I feel like I get such a big high and a low of it. Like I have such a big sugar rush initially that it's like not really worth it, because yeah, then I feel like grim afterwards. Didn't a streamer die because he streamed for oh my god, really? Oh no, that's bad. Oh dear. Obviously sometimes streamers do go for long times, but like they definitely sleep, and they like normally look after that, because like subathons are obviously a thing, right? But normally people do, I feel like, look after themselves pretty well. Like I've heard stories of people that have finished their subathons even fitter than when they started it, because they like worked out every single day and they like had such a good routine that they actually felt well after the summer fun. Like, they felt tired, but like they actually felt healthier after it than before. But I guess it does come down to like how well you plan it. Oh, okay, you know what? I am gonna stop there. I'm sorry. It's getting a little too toasty, and I need to go. We nearly hit 3 hours, but yeah, I need to go. I think have a little sip of some ice cold water. Ice cold water. Shifty, it's like, okay, actually wait, I want to get a final temperature reading on the room before we leave. Where did we leave it today? We left it. Oh, okay, we've gone back up again. 29.6. 29.6 degrees. Honestly, I don't know what's making the temperature go up and down, to be honest. I guess it is only like 0.2 of a thingy. But that's where we'll leave it today. We'll leave it at this point and 29.6 degrees. All right, stick around. I am going to raid you into another bean. Actually, is Deimos still live? Yeah, they look like they're still live. We can raid into one of our mods. We don't get to raid into them too often. Stop streaming and install about it. You can't stop me. I will. Don't worry, I'll never stream like in a way that makes me ill. Like, I'm always very, very careful. So do not fear. I am a semi-sensible bean when it comes to health at the very least. All right, I am going to send you all over to Dem, and I'm going to take a little break from the streaming room and let it cool down a little bit. Tomorrow, I don't know if I'll be streaming. If I do, it will probably be in the afternoon, because it is somebody's birthday tomorrow, and I want to take part in their like Zoom birthday call and stuff, so it just depends on when that is. Otherwise, I'll definitely be back Thursday. There's potential of a stream tomorrow. We'll see. Otherwise, thank you everybody for joining. Thank you so much for all the follows today, and thank you Bonnie for the raid as well. I will hopefully speak to you all soon. Grab a raid call. I'm going to send you all over to Dem. They are one of our mod team. Very sweet bean, and we don't get to raid them very often. All right, let's hack and go.